Tears of Romirro. Oh, it looks so beautiful. And I know it's going to be the most depressing and angsty card. Oh. The Blake Sea is about to devour the world. Humanity's last ark, the city of Romirro, is perched on a solitary island. It's beautiful. There shall be a lunar eclipse, and at the end of the third night, Romirro will be annihilated as it sinks below the ocean's waves. The Tome of the Sea God, which has foretold all worldly changes, announced the day in which humanity will be submerged during the first night.
The Sea God has abandoned us! He has abandoned everyone!
So I believe this is tacking on from the second myth, God of Tides. And basically, long story short, Rafayel saves our character MC because she was sacrificed by humans to the sea gods. And he ended up saving her. And they basically pretty much fell in love. And she was ready and fully accepted to let him have her heart. So when they had the ceremony at the end of the myth, basically what's supposed to happen is she offers him his heart, and then the Lemuria, and Sea God can kind of live in peace. But instead, I believe what happened was they ran away, from my understanding, and he couldn't sacrifice. So what instead he did, he gave her his heart, in that metaphoric sense, and Lemuria just crumbled and crashed, and now they don't trust the Sea God anymore because the Sea God has abandoned the Lemurians. I hope I wrapped it up well. I don't have the myth, but I read into it, and I did watch the myth a while ago, the God of Tides. So if anyone wants to tune in and kind of clarify it a little bit more, but that's pretty much in it, the myth in a nutshell, and just the scope of it all.
The Sea God is the one who will make the ocean devour Romirro. He wants to destroy us.
He abandoned us!
Oh, we're gonna die. I don't want to
that's
die.
right.
At the edge of the harbour, which had suffered years of erosion because of the sea winds, desperate people pushed the sea god's statues they carved with their own hands into the abyssal waters. Temples have been abandoned, their altars smashed, precious collections of books and scrolls are naught but ashes and smoke. Over the centuries, the people's faith in the sea god and everything that's associated with him were swallowed by rising tides. It was only a matter of time before they were abandoned and forgotten. The bride of the sea god suffered this fate as well. Oh, he couldn't do it. He couldn't sacrifice
Second night is
himself.
already here. It won't be long until Romirro is submerged. It will be just as the prophecy says. The citizenry is mired in unrest. Should this continue, chaos will inevitably unfold. My lord, we must find a way to soothe them.
Huh. It's only an eclipse. There's nothing to worry about. In fact, gather all the citizens and tell them. The Tome of the Sea God has revealed a new prophecy. We must hold the Wavier ritual and have the bride of the Sea God make an announcement. Did you hear that? Bride of the Sea God.
The guards grab my arms and throw me to the ground. I stare at the intricate patterns that dot the hem of the Castellan's robes. The situation's ironic, and it leaves a bitter taste in my mouth. In the past, he was Romirro's minister, whose loyalty to the city was unmatched, yet he's now a cruel individual after the prophecy appeared in the Tome of the Sea God. Didn't you say the Tome of the Sea God spread lies and leads people astray? Not only is it untrustworthy, but you sealed it away in a temple.
These matters are of no concern to you.
I'm assuming she's held captive?
Romirro shall be reborn under the current Castellan. You will make that stone tablet reveal something, and then recite those words.
Everything is at stake here, but you're still obsessed with your power as a Castellan. How pathetic.
Foolish lass. Do you think you still be alive if someone else could converse with the tome of the sea god? Play your part. You know very well what will become of you if you don't.
After hearing the heavy lock behind the door, I'm once again left alone in the tower. Oh, she is. Oh! After hearing the heavy lock behind the door, I'm once again left alone in the tower. Suddenly, a gentle breeze sweeps in. The blood on my face is wiped away. Thank you for the hydrate.
You're the bride of the sea god. Why are you letting humans mistreat you?
Oh my god, Raph's voice? When did he appear? The title is nothing more than a pair of shackles. Why can't you be the groom of DARZZIE instead? I don't remember when it started. At first, I thought the voice was a hallucination born from my lengthy imprisonment, but time passed, and the seagulls brought me seashells with strange patterns. That's when I became certain of his existence. He claimed to be the sea god, but his voice was too youthful, too mysterious. I couldn't trust him. However, I found myself involuntarily anticipating his appearances. If anything, it made my time here a little bit more bearable. And like a person who was fascinated while watching a goldfish in a bowl, he approached me. Oh!
Don't.
He tested me, tempted my heart to yearn for freedom as it sat in a pit of despair.
You want to escape. Tonight is your only chance. When the eclipse hangs high and the tides flow back, you only need to remember two things.
What things? What are you talking about? The sea breeze flips through the tattered pages on the table. It stops, and there I see a page covered in mysterious, intricate symbols.
The sea god's Summoneo staff. The sea's ritualis hymn. When the time comes, I will answer your call.
Oh, I love his, ethereal voice. It's so good. The last traces of his voice are buried by the horn. I look outside to see an anxious crowd gathering under the dilapidated tower. What do you mean? What do you want me to do? Are you still there? Silence falls over the tower. I squeeze my eyes shut and force myself to stay calm. His proposal is too sudden. It could be a trap as well. I'll be foolish not to question it. Even if it is a trap, does it matter? Is there anything more hopeless than being imprisoned here forever? I might as well take this gamble. Ooh, new scene.
Rejoice, everyone!
Atop the tower, Hawken raises the orb that symbolizes Romirro. His gaze sweeps over the port's towering embankments and the ships with their black sails.
Do not fear this lunar eclipse. It heralds a new hope, a new future for Romirro. We will not crumble under the waves.
I do not like this man. He annoys me.
We've cast aside the sea god and left behind our hollow faith. Now, our centuries of sacrifice have changed the ancient prophecy. You will see the truth with your own eyes.
I see a people like ants. They're restless. A guard shoves me and I stumble to the edge of the tower. In that instant, the gazes below me, filled with disgust, fear, anxiety, and cold indifference, pierce me like arrows. I need to borrow the Summoneo staff. My lord, the power within the tome of the sea god has faded. I need to use the sea god's Summoneo staff to make the prophecy's words manifest again.
The Wavier ritual doesn't require a sacred staff. Do not lie to me.
Tonight is a lunar eclipse. Without the Summoneo staff to protect us, should any signs resembling calamities appear. I deliberately lower my voice. At that moment, lightning tears through the clouds, the sea churns, and massive waves crush onto the shore. A moment passes, the sea god's Summoneo staff, its old age apparent, is given to me. I don't know if I could do voice acting. I would love to do voice acting, but I don't know if I can handle it. According to him, I need to sing the hymn. I brush away the dust from the staff and raise it toward the tome of the sea god. A silent universe awakens in the faint light where dusk and dawn meet and merge. The young and pure sea god descends upon the first wave's surge. The ancient lyrics flow from my mouth as the staff slowly traces a tome-like pattern in the air. Suddenly, mysterious singing drifts through the biting sea wind. With my voice, it echoes from afar. I imagine MC having a beautiful siren's voice. He's here. Good, he didn't lie to me. A slight feeling of relief washes over me as I face the wind and sing even louder. I wish we could hear her sing. He who commands the cycles of the sun, the moon, and the tides. He who guides souls to rest in distant realms.
She's singing the sea's ritualis hymn! That forbidden song! Guards! Caesar!
Uh-oh. Yes, Rose Black. He reminds me of that evil old man at the Gaia research in the main story. Yes! Thank you. I was thinking it. Don't know his name. Don't like him. But yes, that is it. The guards lunge at me, but the staff emits a dazzling blue light that repels everyone. The sea god wields fire in the darkness. He is a blazing sun who ignites the lost night. Thunder crashes down upon the sea, and enormous waves manifest. Heavy rainfall descends as a storm engulfs all of Romirro. Oh, beautiful! Terror and chaos erupts around me. I clutch the staff tightly and continue to sing until a beam of light appears. It points to something under the towering waves. This is so mystical. It's beautiful. I brace myself before I leap into the ocean. Oh my god, MC! He said he'll greet me, but this is a little too violent for my liking. Black seawater twists into a massive vortex and carries away. Disorientated, I stop swimming and let my body sink deeper into the ocean's depths. I lose track of time before a magnificent yet ruined structure gradually appears.
You're here at last.
A voice as cold as frigid seawater drifts towards me. Ghostly light sweeps across the crumbling ruins. Like moonlight, it's reflected in my eyes. Before me is a slowly swaying fishtail. It's so magnificent that everything I have ever considered beautiful in my life suddenly feels plain and unremarkable. A human body with the tail of a fish and the power to control the ocean? Are you the Sea of God?
My identity is of little importance.
He's here! Several heavy chains are wrapped around his body. They captured him! Powerful runes, barely visible, keep him immobilized.
I've saved your life. Now then, release the seals that bind me.
Oh!
I've saved your life. Now then, release the seals that bind me.
Really? Oh! That line, release the seals that bind me, just hits real good. Why would the sea god be imprisoned in a place like this?
I could be lying. I can help you. But I can also let you drown in these abyssal waters to keep me company.
Oh my! He is stunning! Oh my... Ah! Okay, I didn't expect this in the first chapter. Holy... I was not ready. I was expecting this in chapter 3, mind you. I was not, hi. Those eyes was just, oh, you are so beautiful. I respectfully would like to tug those chains. If I die, then no one else will save you. Yes, MC, she tugged it!
I see you're unaware of what you've awakened.
As Shakira says, those hips don't lie. Rafayel has some good hip motions. Bestie did not skip hip day. That's a fine specimen. The legends say the sea god bears a special mark. Where is it, if you truly are the sea god? She doesn't believe him. Observe him. Well, say less. Can we just get... yeah. I'm sorry, but his side profile? Can we do a full 360?
Your power alone is no match for these. Its scale is as cold as the lonely moon. At dawn, it shall pierce your heart. The sea's ritualis hymn you sang, that is the answer.
It's so hard to concentrate on what you're saying when you look at me that way. It is so hard to concentrate when you're looking at me this way, sir. Aren't you afraid I'll take your scale and... Grog, you need to just breathe and talk. I know you're underwater, but you need to just slow it down. Aren't you afraid I'll take your scale and disappear without a trace?
You shall find no hiding place wherever the sea flows.
Oh my god, the production in this game is actually insane. Thank you for the hydrate. Bedroom eyes indeed. Wow. Well, damn. There's a whole ass dagger. Okay, that was pretty sick. That was pretty sick, dude. Sorry, I have to take photos. The power feels familiar.
This is the mark you've been searching for. But it was also a seal in another form.
Oh, those hips are mesmerizing. It was a seal. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. We're okay. Get it, MC!
The voice of the storm. Come to me.
Oh, that breathing. Tug them chains, queen. Cut him free.
Again. Again. Again.
Yep.
Call out to me from the fathomless depths of the sea. Bestow the inextinguishable flame of vengeance. The Sea God's revival has been completed. You've rewritten the fate of these waters. Starting from this moment, you are bound to me. You cannot turn back.
There is no way! Are you kidding me? Oh my god! That was chapter 1? Are you for real? so majestic. Holy shit. Okay, that last part of that cutscene, I couldn't react, but literally jaw hit the floor. Shackles on a ring at night. I wanna praise you. I wanna praise you. The storm's roar filters through the seawater and resonates as well as distant songs. My body feels impossibly heavy, yet scenes from my dreams gradually come into focus.
The
Flashback.
tome of the sea god cannot be wrong. She is the sea god's bride and our only hope. We need her if Romirro is to survive. She will be Romirro's future castellan, protect the land in the sea god's stead, and change the prophecy.
There's still over half a year until your coming-of-age ceremony. Yet the gifts are already piling up. We've run out of space to store them. Everyone truly admires you from the bottom of their hearts, my lady.
She's the sea god's bride and was raised by the Castellan. Her knowledge and abilities are exceptional. She is kind and approachable. A wonderful person deserves all the best things in life.
Look at what our foolish
This
devotion
asshole's
to the
back,
sea
chat.
god brought. Death,
Fight
disaster,
him!
and the prophecy that Romirro shall be submerged more quickly. The sea god will never save Romirro.
The bride of the sea god is nothing but a farce! She and the sea god will destroy Romirro!
They lied to us!
Run, my lady! Don't let them catch you!
Oh no.
Can you hear them? Everyone is asking for you to die.
I'm wondering if this is Raf's mother? Am I completely wrong for assuming that? Again, I don't know too much about Raf Smith apart from the God of Tides, because I just watched it like a while ago, but I haven't looked too into depth. I'm wondering if this is referring to... because it said the Castellan.
And yet, you're the only one who can communicate with the tome of the sea god. I won't let you suffer a miserable death. I'll spare you so long as you obey me. How does that sound?
Oh my god. So was that like a dream? I open my eyes, brilliant white lightning dispels my chaotic nightmare and illuminates the scene before me. Rainwater flows through the window frames. It makes the carvings and murals gradually reveal the lifelike face of gods.
Are you awake?
I am now. The seagull looks at me, his beautiful tail having transformed into human legs at an unknown point in time. He can walk on land?
I have prepared a gift for you.
Oh my god, this Raf?
I have prepared a gift for you.
Oh my... okay, I'm sat. He lifts me up and directs my gaze to the steps below. Hawken, his most trusted minister, the tower's guard captain. Hawken is his most trusted minister? What do you mean? Those who had bullied and abused me are now on the ground, bound. They crawl and struggle, their eyes filled with fear and despair.
Their lives are in your hands. Would you like to deal with them one by one?
He got them. He got their asses. His hand covers the back of mine. He guides me to raise my hand and lightning gathers in my palm.
Ah!
Did y'all see the blood splatter? That's crazy. Debris scatters and the Castellan's crown clatters to the ground. The puddles on the floor. Blood. Prison.
Or would you rather finish them all at once?
My palm is quickly held again. Out of nowhere, raging waves rise in the center of the temple and engulf everyone. Oh my god, this is so cool. What the... Watching them struggle as they suffocate, I feel a sense of satisfaction. However, an indescribable emotion wells up. The sea god already has a terrible reputation. Won't this make people hate you more?
Lower your hand then.
I pause before I hold his hand even tighter. I hear him chuckle as the illusory waves shimmer with rippling light. They reflect a cold emptiness in his eyes.
The faith of humans is nothing more than self-interest. They worship when they need something, and curse when they don't get what they want. Why should I care about reputations?
Period. As if he had his fill of watching their death throes, he releases my hand, the water vanishes.
They claimed I've abandoned this world. Very well. I'll let them be a witness to true annihilation.
Get him. Get him, Raph! Speak
This
your
is
truth.
only the beginning. Don't you dare become merciful too swiftly.
Speak your truth, King. You're overthinking it. I would never. The dying Castellan struggles to prop himself up. His gaze burns with a fury that could shoot flames.
You, if it weren't for me, you would have been executed. How dare you repay my kindness with betrayal?
So the lamb penned for slaughter is obligated to thank the butcher. You're insane. MC. I pick up a sword from the ground and hurl it at him. The blade stabs his shoulder blade. Okay, MC.
Ah! Don't forget, your life is still in my hands. If I die, you will be cursed to perish in agony.
Then we'll die together. Does it look like I'm scared? A swift death is better than living as a caged bird forever.
A curse.
The sea god lifts my chin and strokes my cheek. Tentacle-like bluish-green runes slowly appear. He looks so good.
You're referring to these crude patterns?
He curls his fingertips. His movements are gentle, yet the runes are being torn away from my cheeks. It hurts.
Stay still. Indeed, it's an ancient curse, but it's far too weak to control my bride.
My bride.
Close your eyes.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Close your eyes. Stay still. Stay still. Close your eyes.
Girl, that is hella... Wow. I hear an eerie sound as something's destroyed with pain.
What a terrible attempt of a trick.
Oh my god, he's so fine. When I open my eyes again, wisps of murky mist still linger in the air. Nearby, the Castellan is suspended in midair. A water tendril tightens around his throat.
These magics can't be wielded by humans. Tell me where you found it.
What right do you have to judge me?
I won't tell you anything. You don't need to worry about asking again either.
Oh my god, this really, like, firm, angry Raph voice is so hot. It's so good. He just speaks with such conviction.
Aren't you a god? Why are you destroying everything? The Muria, Whalefall City. Now you want to destroy this island!
Nymeria, didn't legends say the sea god lived there? In the sky, golden lightning freezes. Ooh. That one's going in my books. Thank you. Ooh. Dark colored waves surge when the water recede. Girlie, you need to... Dark colored waves surge when the waters recede. The Castellan and the others have vanished without a trace. Where have you taken them?
They're in a more appropriate place.
Oh? Why don't you just kill Hawken? A bloodstained crown flies into his hand. It immediately...
You were imprisoned in his cage. How many years?
Okay, I guess we move on. Yep, hurry it up. It's been a long time.
If the hatred from that time could be offset by him dying instantly, I would happily grant your wish at this very moment.
You wouldn't offer me a gift without a reason. What is that you want? Tell me.
You are my bride, aren't you? You are my bride, aren't you?
I fear we may have voice lines at max soon, friends. I fear it's gonna come soon, and we're only on chapter 2. touches the pearls in my hair before he lowers his gaze.
Removing unsavory elements from my bride's life is my duty.
Okay. Hold on. I just can't get over that he's a god. Even the text is referring to him with a capital H. There's too much happening right now for me. As I debate whether I should confront him or try to extract information more subtly, a thunderous crash resounds outside the window. The storm has destroyed a distant embankment. Seawater rushes in like a roaring beast as it flows directly into the city. What is happening? This is only second night. Romirro shouldn't be sinking now. What do you mean sinking? The tomb of the sea god has been returned into the temple. I run there and I'm shocked that the words of the prophecy are emitting a faint glow.
This future was predetermined long ago. Whether it's the second or third night makes little difference. You knew this day would come. Why are you surprised?
That's true. I don't want to die. This place is my sanctuary. This place is still my sanctuary, regardless of what happens. I can't stand by and watch it be destroyed. Oh, MC. Legends say the sea god is all-powerful. He can overturn oceans and move mountains.
The fate of this world is predetermined, and legends are just legends.
Sometimes they just want to hurry us along so you can save Romirro, yes?
In any case, it hasn't been long since I was awakened. My powers haven't fully returned yet.
Your
Why
powers
should I
haven't
risk my
returned yet.
own life for a city that despises me? Mind you, I would have to defy a prophecy in the Tome of the Sea God.
Can you tell me what we just witnessed wasn't his full potential? That is actually crazy. That is actually crazy. MC said chop chop, hurry. Hurry. You need to go through this quicker. What if you regained your powers?
Give me your hand.
Okay.
Give me your hand.
Okay. Hi. Hi, cutie. A cold glint flashes as he cuts both our palms. He intertwines his fingers with mine, and our blood mixes as it drips onto the tome of the sea god. Ooh, we are binding. Golden light rises from the tome of the sea god like threads of silk. They unfurl in midair and weave together to form poetic words. Ooh. Lemurians who seeketh absolute power, combat the treacherous tides, dive into the deep for pearls, find a true love. Wait, dive into the deep for pearls? So, what we've learnt from his second myth, God of Tides, is that the Sea of God cries pearls. Oh! There were hidden prophecies in the tome. It makes sense now. Despite the fact I've conversed with the Tome of the Sea God many times, I could only decipher fragments and incomplete phrases. Yet, what's more shocking in the meaning contained in these words, I struggle to grasp the most crucial line. To find a true love, that means... The sea god appears more composed as he raises his hand to brush away the text and heal the wound on my hand.
You already know the answer, my beloved bride.
Beloved bride. You knew you needed me to restore your power. That's why you gave me those gifts.
You're more clever than the humans I'm familiar with.
Now that I understand his intentions, I feel oddly relieved. According to the tome, you'll regain your power and stop the sea from swallowing Romirro if we fall in love.
As things stand, this is your only option.
But falling in love doesn't happen instantly. All the while, the threat of his land sinking below the waves looms over us. Kiss him? Confess to him? So... my heart says to kiss him, but my brain says to confess because I'm curious to know what the dialogue is. I'ma kiss you. Mustering up some courage, I wrap my hands around his neck and kiss him without any hesitation. A god's lips are warm. Before he can recover from his surprise, I quickly pull away. Well, has your power been restored, even just partly? He grabs my arm. Oh.
A simple kiss is far.
Excuse me, I was not ready. He grabs my arm, pulls me close, and bends down to return my kiss. The intensity is so overwhelming that I wince and draw in a sharp breath.
From what anyone would call love.
It's still better than sitting and waiting for death. She's not wrong.
As long as I'm here, death wouldn't dare to visit you. Do you remember how you awakened me?
Oh. The Summoning staff in the sea rituals him. He places the staff in my hands. I'm not sure when or how he got it.
This can temporarily awaken some of my powers, but we need one more thing to stop the storm.
He turns over my hand as he traces letters on my palm. I can't help but open my mouth. Oh. Rafayel.
Remember it. That is my name. Recite my name in your heart with the utmost devotion. Then sing the hymn for me once more.
Oh, this is so romantic. This is beautiful. He suddenly dives into the storm and his legs transform into a brilliant fishtail as he soars above the terrifying waves. The Summoning staff emits a light to accompany my song. I sing with all my strength and stare at his figure. He glides along the top of the waves. Lightning from the tip of his tidebreaker's trident strikes the heavy storm clouds. Streams of golden light swirl across the sea's surface. Okay, I want that as a background wallpaper eventually. The rain stops and the wind ceases as the subdued tides transform into millions of transparent fish that stir up sand and gravel as they slowly retreat to the deep sea. At the base of the damaged statue, people kneel in the muddy waters, yet they see the sun rising behind the sea god. He turns around, his gaze passes through the lingering mist and lands on me. Hawken and his henchmen are imprisoned in a water cage that's under a waterfall. They receive my thorough care. I know that Rafayel didn't spare Hawken just to let me have my revenge. For him, Hawken might have some value. I tried to ask him about it, but Rafayel wouldn't give me an answer. As the heir to the previous Castellan, I become the new ruler of Romirro. Unexpectedly, some rumors begin to spread throughout the city. The sea god's bride awakened him. Now he carries out her orders without question. If she can command the sea god to calm the storm during the eclipse, then surely she can command him to drown Romirro. She put 12 venomous sea snakes in the water prison. They drink the former Castellan's blood every day, and the water bellow Mosin waterfall is now bright red. Pay no attention to their gossip. After all, I have no interest in ruling a city that once abandoned me. What matters is that I must fall in love with Rafayel. Oh.
Your Highness, the harbor repairs?
Deal with it yourself. Oh.
Your Highness, the city plans to erect several new statues of the sea god.
You don't need to ask for my permission. After shutting out those annoying voices, I search the temple for any sign of Rafayel. This place has become the sea god's residence. To fall in love with him sooner, I spend most of my time here. The problem is, he's always somewhere else. How am I supposed to fall in love with him? He's not even around. Oh, hi, he's here. Oh, it's a flashback. What is this?
You forgot about the scale already?
The scale I held in my hand had just transformed into a blue seashell. It now hangs from a delicate silvery white chain. It's a necklace? Is this a token of affection? Oh.
At the very least, it's not a token of hatred.
The necklace is put around my neck, and the seashell is like a crystalline mark over my heart.
Keep it safe. It's a piece of my heart.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It will let me know where you are and what you're doing.
That's so sweet. He can track my every move, but I have no idea what he's up to. It's not exactly fair. In the center of the temple, several springs converge into a deep, mysterious pool. The waters churn, and the currents with white sea foam are connected to the deep sea. Around the pool stand 12 broken statues, the damaged torsos holding candle holders of solidified whale oil. Their heads are solemnly lowered toward me. He took the time to build a pool. I've learned something. However, he likes to soak in the water. Oh! Do we get to witness that? Bored, I pick up a few silver leaves from a nearby box and skip them that bounce across the water. Don't know if the citizenry is trying to curry favor with Rafayel and me, but people have sent numerous gifts while keeping their distance. Is he not here? There's no response under the water. I'm about to give up when I catch a glimpse of an unusual light flashing below the surface. Curiosity compels me to dive into the water to get a closer look, but someone suddenly grabs my wrist. Hi!
It's impolite to enter my bedchamber without greeting me first.
Your bedchamber?
It's impolite to enter my bedchamber without greeting me first.
Rafayel floats to the surface, his long hair spreading out along the water's surface. I can barely see his tail. It's like a streak of cold yet beautiful multicolored sunlight you'd see during sunrise or sunset. I supervised the renovation of this temple when I was 15. If anything, this place should be mine.
You are correct. I shouldn't have stopped you.
He tries to drag me into the water, and the churning currents instantly transform into a ferocious beast. InFold, you need to just calm down with the text. Why are we going like... Why? What's the rush? What's the rush? What's the rush? He tries to drag me into the water, and the churning currents instantly transforms into a ferocious beast. It approaches me with its open maw. Ooh, we get to... Ooh! I use his momentum to grab his arm and quickly wrap my arms around his neck before the water can engulf me. It's cold.
Yes, and you could have avoided this.
I was afraid you'd vanish again when I wasn't looking. How are we supposed to learn more about each other and fall in love if you're not even here?
Is clinging to me like an octopus part of your plan to fall in love with me?
Yes, because I'm needy. Cuddling can be used to gain affection, but there's also another reason. A cold water droplet slides across the tip of my nose. I sneeze multiple times.
Why are you so delicate?
Please, Raph! The water in your bedchamber is too cold. Why is it freezing?
Is there a problem? Only humans have a habit of parboiling themselves.
Oh, I'm getting clocked. It's called taking a hot bath. Achoo! Wait. Ooh. The current carries us to shore. Rafayel's tail transforms into a pair of legs as he steps onto the stone tiles inlaid with seashells.
You say you don't want to die, and yet you jump into frigid waters. Your desire to survive is rather wanting.
You say you need to fall in love with me, and yet you're nowhere to be found. Do you actually want to get your powers back?
I never believed an intangible emotion such as love could serve a purpose.
Oh my god, he is so fine. He sets me down as a ball of flame rises from his palm. I flinch and pull away, but he places it in my hand. It's not burning me, and it's warm.
Are you no longer afraid?
He creates several more spheres of fire and uses them to dry my hair and clothes until they're comfortably warm.
I'm only following the tome's revelations because I don't have an alternative. I won't fall in love with you. It doesn't matter how close you get.
Oh, don't worry. I'm just trying to survive. Don't misunderstand and think I'd actually have feelings for you. I play with a ball of fire in my hands and toss it around. The dancing flame casts a softness across Rafayel's face that doesn't suit him. He sits beside me on the stone steps and carefully examines the ornate boxes. These are gifts from the citizenry. They want to thank you for your saving them from the storm that night.
These aren't gifts. They're displays of submission for the sake of self-preservation. They despise you, and then they coddle you like a babe in swaddling clothes. Faith, devotion, all of it is hypocrisy.
Yep. You don't seem to be furious, though.
And you've entertained yourself by skipping those silver leaves. Why should I be angry?
They belong to you. Keep what you like and throw away the gifts you dislike.
I'm not interested in insincere offerings.
Well, I have something that should interest you. I walked to the tomb and retrieved the Semineo staff that was hiding behind it. It used to be yours, yes? Now it's yours again.
You are its rightful owner.
Hmm? He gestures for me to look at the ruby on the staff. There's a strange distinctive mark on it.
It's your name written in the Lemurian language.
Wait, that's so romantic.
Belonged to me, but it seems I gave it to you. So it's yours now.
I don't remember that. It does look familiar. Ooh, I don't remember that.
What a coincidence. I don't remember it happening either. Perchance it was before my long slumber, or it happened in a more distant past.
Oh, I love it. Perchance.
In any case, it's of no significance.
The staff feels heavy. I place it next to the tomb of the sea god. Why would you give me a precious staff?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's because I liked you.
He's still so cheeky. Maybe my expression was too incredulous because he starts laughing.
You don't want us to be smitten with each other?
I mean, I'm down to do whatever you want, Rafayel.
If anything, you don't seem all too pleased with the fact that I liked you before.
Just can't imagine you genuinely falling in love with a human. But if we truly had feelings for each other in the past, then falling in love again might not be so difficult. What should I fall in love with though? If I only admire his appearance, then we'll have an unstable foundation. Yes, queen! Yes, it's not all about the looks.
Your
even though he's
thoughts
beautiful.
are impolite, I presume.
I was thinking about the god I'm supposed to fall in love with. I'm wondering what his character is. For example, I like to learn about his likes, his dislikes, his strengths, his flaws.
If you knew those despicable aspects and flaws, would you still fall in love?
Yes, because that's what makes you imperfectly perfect. They say that if someone can accept even your most awful aspects, then it's true love. It touches the soul. Oh my god, are we gonna start crying already?
In other words, an ignorant, foolish impulse.
For the sake of survival, I'm willing to sacrifice some rationality.
It's not difficult for you to discover what kind of god I am.
He moves closer and lifts the seashell hanging around my neck.
When the next full moon arrives, you will find the answer you seek.
What do you mean? Raphael sinks into the pool, which causes water to be splashed everywhere. He waves at me unhurriedly before vanishing in the blink of an eye. Bye, Raph. Ooh, full moonlight. Night fog blankets with wilderness. Greyish-white blades of grass rise past my ankles. Short trees are scattered about, and the gnarled branches stretch in my direction. The necklace's seashell emits a soft glow. It guides me out of the city and into a dense forest at the foot of the Mount Onyuna. This is so pretty. What's the sound? I quicken my pace. Exceptionally bright moonlit filters through the trees and illuminates ruins covered in a grey-green moss. Raphael stands in the center of the area. Water flows from his hands to lift broken stones. The piece together in midair. I continue to tiptoe, and then... Ha! Oh my god! Hello!
I heard you breathing earlier. Who do you think you're trying to scare, mortal?
You brought me here in the middle of the night just so I could watch you build a house? I recognize these as the old ruins on the island, but no one knows their origins.
Correct. Come closer. You're in the way.
Still uncertain, I move to the side. More stone brick floats upward and assemble themselves into a wall covered with fragmented inscriptions.
His blood surged to form the oceans. His scales transformed into the stars above. His bones became the whales who bore the sun disk, the moon clams that measure time, the coral bridges that lead to the netherworld.
His voice is so beautiful. That's a creation myth for how the sea god founded Lemuria. Are these ruins connected to the sea god?
This place is part of the Island of Songs.
I furrow my brow. How strange. The name sounds familiar, but I can't remember anything about it. As I'm deep in thought, more stones rise with flowing water. They connect the broken walls and ruins to gradually form a shrine. The full moon hangs above like a bright pearl set in the center of an accessory, not ancestry. It illuminates fragments of the temple's former glory.
It preserved Lemuria's history, as well as the important chronicles of every sea god.
Oh.
The sea god you want to learn about is here.
These are the stories about the sea god, but they're not the story of Rafayel.
There's no difference. One day, I will become another sea god who's depicted here. The name Rafayel shall be forgotten.
He tilts his head back as if he's using somewhat real yet illusory fragments to search for pieces of his memories. That doesn't sound like a good thing.
Yet you want me to get my powers back, so I can ascend and become a true sea god.
You're not wrong. The flowing water gradually disperses and the shrine crumbles apart once more. It has returned to being ruins. What about you? After you regain your powers, what do you want to do?
I'll start with finding the person who sealed me away at the bottom of the sea.
Do you remember who it was?
I will eventually.
Empathetic, I nod. I know what it feels like to lose your freedom. You were sealed away for so long. You must really hate that person.
They aren't even worthy of my rancor.
However...
Oh,
sorry, Raph.
I won't let them go unpunished.
He glances at the moon before walking into the dense forest. I hurriedly catch up to him. There's one thing I still don't understand. You forgot who sealed you away. How do you know that I can break your seal?
You are the sea god's bride. You're the only one I would choose. And you were the only person I could sense when I was sealed away.
As he says this, a cryptic smile suddenly appears on his face.
It was ironic. I first heard your voice as you slandered me. You said the tome was worthless since it couldn't find the sea god. However, it somehow revealed the location of his bride, so you were captured and forced to suffer. You said I abandoned my bride, played with whatever caught my fancy, and questioned how I could be the sea god. You claimed I was worse than a sea cucumber.
Sorry, Raph.
Also...
Oh! He is clocking us left, right, and center. Also... You make up nonsense. I have never insulted you. I argue while frantically trying to think. However, I have insulted him a few times.
I eventually realized that when you talked to yourself or slandered me, it meant you were in good spirits.
Oh.
And if there were days when you were very quiet, I could also guess what you were going through.
Oh, Raph. You really like watching people in secret, huh? Oh, he's so cute.
That's an incorrect assumption. I only see you.
Oh! That back card! Oh! We had wandered to the shore without realizing it. Moonlight casts a shimmery glow across the sea's surface. Blurry, distant, stars sparkle where the ocean meets the sky.
What is it?
Oh my goodness. It's to stop you from jumping into the water and vanishing again.
Holding my hand won't be enough.
Sorry, I keep reading your scripts, Raph. I'm panicking because InFold MC hurries me up a little too much. So, if you keep disappearing, it'll be hard for me to fall in love with you. You should at least tell me what you're doing and where you're going.
Would you like to accompany me this time?
Yes, always. He raises his hand and the moonlight condenses into a strand of silver thread at his fingertips. Then it descends onto the sea's surface. Every stream immediately becomes visible in the water's reflection. They follow the moonlight coil around his cupped hand and dance.
The perfect opportunity is right in front of you.
Oh, was that a scream? He releases a strand of moonlight and makes a gesture with his hands that resembles a flying bird. Oh, it's a bird. He whistles and the sound lingers. Then an enormous white skeleton rises from the sea. It reminds me of a fish with large fins. The creature swiftly cuts through the sea mist and appears before me.
Are you scared?
Don't underestimate me. But as soon as I step forward, I find myself at a loss. I'm unsure of how to approach this skeletal creature. Is this the same one that's in... I've got the guy's name. In the fish tank? Raymond, is it? Is it Raymond? I'm wondering if that's the same skeleton creature that they're referring to. I feel a sense of weightlessness as Rafayel places me directly on the creature's back. His legs then transform into a tail, and he swims into the ocean.
Hold on tight. Should you fall, I won't save you again.
I'm holding a spider monkey! Hi. God, he's looking fine. Raphael swims through the inky black water. Silvery light breaks into pearls that flow along his tail. Close behind is a skeletal creature that's carrying me. Is this your friend, Raphael?
Despite being nothing but bones, it tried to eat me when we first met.
Oh?
Is that what friends do?
I guess. I'd say it's more of a hungry friend. Ah! As if understood what I said, it suddenly whips its tail in an attempt to throw me off. I quickly grab onto what was once its dorsal fin.
The Fantasia shark is very temperamental. I advise you not to provoke it. If you throw caution to the wind, it'll reduce you to a pile of bones with just a few bites.
Oh? Well?
Its species died along with Lemuria. I have no idea where this one came from.
Could actually be your friend from before you went to sleep, I mean. The Fantasia shark raised... Fuck! The Fantasia shark raises its head and makes an almost inaudible sound. Then it quietly swims closer to Raphael. Guys didn't hear that. You guys didn't hear that.
Maybe. I caught glimpses of its shadow in Whalefall City.
According to the legends, it was the most magnificent and beautiful place in all Lemuria. Sorrow and suffering don't exist here.
Humans and their myths have never shied away from exaggeration. I don't remember what Whalefall City looked like.
Oh, that's so
Only
sad.
when the sea god's power is restored can all slumbering Lemurians be awakened. And then, Whalefall City shall return to this world.
Oh my god, he looks so good when he does that pose. That's good. You have a homeland worth longing for.
You're implying that yours isn't.
It abandoned me first. Not wanting to continue this conversation, I pretend to admire the Fantasia shark. After a moment, an idea appears in my mind. Raphael, come here. I want to give you a gift. But just so you're aware, I haven't done this in a long time. It might not work.
I should keep my expectations low then?
Oh? Despite saying that, he raises his hand and uses the rising waves to sit down beside me. I take a deep breath, concentrate on the palm of my hand, and then gently place it on the Fantasia shark's head. Oh. Ooh. Oh, it's so pretty. In the darkness, a faint power slowly awakens. It cautiously moves towards me bit by bit. I relax my breathing and try to become part of that power. I capture every subtle change. She's resonating. I can sense it. A gentle radiance spreads out from the Fantasia shark. Layers of blue tint, the seawater, and faintly reveal the silhouette of a city. While indistinct, its beautiful and magnificent form is still visible. I thought this Fantasia shark missed well for City too, so I try to resonate with it. Did that bring back any memories? Oh! Rafayel doesn't say a word until the water turns black once more. I'm forced to break this strange silence. I didn't expect it to work. I haven't resonated in a long time, and I only use it to help others find lost crabs and turtles.
Thank you.
Oh.
You helped me see Whalefall City. I'm expressing my gratitude.
You're welcome? The moon has disappeared as sea fog descends with the heavy clouds. They engulf our surroundings. As the fog grows thicker, my doubts continue to take root in the depths of my heart. You still haven't told me where we're going, Rafayel.
We'll arrive at our destination once the fog clears.
But just as I'm about to press for more details, I suddenly feel like my mind is being enshrouded by a fog. My consciousness becomes heavy. Something's wrong with this fog.
The fog is as it should be.
Oh?
All you need to do is close your eyes and get some rest while you can.
Oh, anything you say. He's so soothing. His voice is so, like, angelic.
Did you get enough rest?
How long was I asleep? Wait, where am I? The surrounding seawater surges violently. It rushes with the force of 1,000 avalanches toward a massive oceanic abyss. It's like a crack between heaven and earth. It seems as if the entire ocean's about to collapse. The thunderous roar is so deafening that it makes my ears hurt, and a sense of foreboding washes over me. Rafayel, please don't tell me. We're going there?
I thought you were eager to help me get my powers back.
Oh.
This is what the Tome of the Sea God means by combat the treacherous tides.
Now I understand what he meant when he said opportunity. Is it too late for me to change my mind?
What do you think?
Oh. I sigh. I resign myself to my fate as I hold him tightly, close my eyes, and allow him to take me into the bottomless oceanic abyss. Under the sea. Ooh! Oh, that's so pretty! Save it to my wallpaper. As my dizziness subsides, I can still hear the massive waves crashing above us. Everything around me is still enshrouded in darkness. My survival instincts make me grip Rafayel's shoulders tightly. Is it over?
It's only the beginning.
Oh! He holds me close as we continue swimming toward greater depths. After what feels like an eternity, our feet finally touch a flat seabed. Ooh! Dark blue flames ignite one after another in the distance, then move in our direction and reveal an ancient, magnificent plaza. In the center stands a stone gate with multiple heavy chains. Each one extends to a tall stone statue that anchors it in place. The Lemurians have a lot of ruins. He looks so good underwater!
This is the Sea God's tomb. Each stone statue below represents a sea god who has perished.
Hope you didn't bring me here just so we could be buried together.
Don't worry. That day is still tens of thousands of years away.
He shoots lightning from his fingertip, and it hits one of the Guardian statues.
Stop pretending. I know you can hear me.
Young Sea God, I've already told you. The bond's mark that is etched into your soul is never complete. You cannot enter the Sea God's tomb, let alone reforge the Tidebreaker Trident.
I've already brought the owner of that mark.
Can I just take a moment to say and appreciate how insane the story and writing is? The lore, the writing. Not just the production and the graphics and everything for a mobile game, by the way, but just the storytelling is insane. I've never ever witnessed a game with such insane lore until I started playing this damn game. Holy moly. Even when I push forward, I'm still trying to figure out what this bond mark is.
If we're together, wouldn't that make it complete?
You are correct.
The statue slowly turns toward me.
To awaken the Sea God, you must traverse the 33 levels of the Sea God's tomb to reach
33?
its depths, and to offer the Tidebreaker Trident on the altar.
33 is a very specific number, by the way. Can I just say that?
Once the trial is complete, you can reclaim the Sea God's power.
Combining Raphael's words with the statues, I realize what's happening. There are statues representing past sea gods in each level of the tomb. Does that mean we need to defeat all of them? Then you'll be able to complete the trial and regain your powers. That's a lot!
Are you scared?
No. I'm not. Dying here is no different from dying in Romirro. If we succeed, my chances of living a long life will increase.
Take back those pessimistic words. It's not if we succeed. It's when we succeed. Leave
You're
everything
right,
to
King.
me. You just have to do one thing.
Anything you say. Which is?
Don't die.
Very, very encouraging, Raf. Very encouraging, thank you. Try not to. No worries. The Tidebreaker Trident materializes in Raphael's hand. As he walks to the stone gate, I take a deep breath and summon a silver sword.
Let's begin.
We're in combat. Yeah, easy. Easy peasy. The stone statues slowly pull away the heavy chains. Layer upon layer of seals are released one after another, and the seabed begins to shake violently.
The key to passing this trial isn't to defeat the statues.
Oh? He suddenly pulls me closer, lowers his voice, and enigmatic mirth flickers in the depths of his gaze.
It's related to reaching the altar.
Oh? Ooh. As soon as a gap appears in the stone gate, Raphael swings his trident and creates a maelstrom. It sweeps us up and propels us through the entrance. Lightning flashes and sparks flies as he shoots into the first level like an arrow released from a bow. Meanwhile, a sea god statue is slowly emerging from an enormous stone niche.
Young sea god.
Oh, this is cool. Lightning strikes and catches the statue off guard. It's knocked back into the stone niche. Raphael doesn't linger. He rides the current into the second level and unleashes another lightning bolt without any hesitation. Oh, we're getting past! Chaos surrounds us as an unprecedented scorching heat radiates from Raphael's body, yet his gaze remains exceptionally sharp and composed. Stone statues are either knocked back before they can fully emerge or slow in their hopeless pursuit of us. Duck! I swing my sword to cut down several coral arrows flying toward us, only to feel the arm around me tighten. God damn it! Hello? Like a blazing flame, Raphael turns the entire sea god's tomb upside down. He reaches the altar in just a few breaths. Well, can I just say you look really good like this?
Done.
Oh my goodness! That pose is doing a lot for me. With lightning speed, he unleashes a Tidebreaker Trident, and a radiant brilliance akin to daylight fills the sea god's tomb.
What is the meaning of this? Why is the latest incarnation of the sea god so disrespectful?
Well done. A young god should have a young god's vitality.
This won't do. We need to add a new rule.
A new rule.
Shortcuts are not allowed. Otherwise, my ancient stones will crumble to pieces.
They're like, no loopholes.
How is it over already?
I finally got a chance to stretch my muscles, but I haven't even made my grand entrance yet.
Whale Rider. The surrounding clamor fades. Hazy threads of light gradually wraps themselves around. Girl, I can't. Wraps around my and Raphael's hands. Please InFold.
Ye who desires to ascend to true godhood, the deep sea shall inscribe your name. I shall cleanse thy body, temper thy weapons, and restore thy lost memories.
Accompanied by mysterious chanting, a warm power surrounds me. Something reminiscent of flowing sand surges before my eyes as a familiar voice resounds in my ears.
In Lemuria, a bond best represents an everlasting vow and oath.
Oh my god! So this was based on the second myth, God of Tides.
When you offer the sincerest form of worship from the depths of your soul, my soul will be branded with your mark. I will be unable to defy you. And once a bond is formed, it shall never disappear.
I love how you can hear the maturing of his voice. Like, he sounds so young here. And then now he's just like grown and mature. It's crazy. Crazy. Oh, my heart. It's Raphael's voice. Unconsciously, I reach out my hand and touch a face that is familiar, yet somehow not. His eyes still shine with the beauty of dawn's glow. However, his smile is more carefree and unrestrained, and as bright as the clearest seawater. Raph. But the next moment, the warmth in his eyes gradually fades as his body sinks back into the black sea water. Only the mark below his collarbone faintly glows. The Lemurian Covenant. I promised you.
What did you promise?
I offer you my heart. I'm willing to give you my heart. My sincerest form of worship. Oh, she is remembering. I will bear your mark. I'm willing to have your very being etched, engraved onto my soul. In a trance-like state, I hear myself say unfamiliar vows, yet every word seems to come from the depths of my heart.
I gave you my heart.
Oh. She did end up giving her heart and sacrificing. He ended up giving his heart. He takes my hand and places it against the glowing mark. Everything is clear to me. Before you fell into a deep slumber, we had formed a Lemurian covenant. That's why I'm the bride of the sea god. You guys! MC didn't remember! Those threads of light gradually melt away. The seawater is cold again, and the atmosphere is somewhat awkward.
A Lemurian covenant can only be forged when both parties are willing. So, you voluntarily became my bride. It had nothing to do with the Tome of the Sea God. Don't forget to apologize to it after we get back.
I realize he's teasing me about the time I called the tome worthless. My ears burn with embarrassment as I clear my throat. You must have recognized our bond a long time ago. You just didn't tell me.
It only represents the past, and now it means nothing to us.
The tempered tiebreaker trident returns to his hand. Raphael turns around, his tail emanating a more vivid and sharp radiance. Within his body, a portion of the sea god's power has been awakened. You're embarrassed. You don't want to expose your weakness? I'm embarrassed. You want to deny the fact that we were once in love? You're embarrassed, huh?
I am not.
I think you are. He ignores my provocation and grabs my arm to swim upward, but then he stops.
You're hurt.
I follow his gaze to look at my back, but I don't see anything and don't feel any pain. It's just a minor wound.
It's not. You need to return to Romirro immediately.
Caring King. Not my sleep on, please. Thank you. Thank you for the notice. Rafayel brings me back to the surface, and the Fantasia shark carries us to Romirro.
Loosen your clothes. I need to treat your wound immediately.
Oh, we are up close and personal. Is it that bad? It doesn't hurt. Rafayel holds my shoulder with one hand and places his other hand on the back of my neck. Warm power emanates from his palms. Ah, it hurts. Pain from deep within my bones erupts and heads straight for my heart. It's so intense that I almost fall into the sea. Turning my head, I finally see the wound, but it's not a bloody gash. It resembles some strange floral pattern.
It's not working.
Stop me making the pain worse. Uh-oh. Yeah, long after Rafayel stops, the pain doesn't subside. I break into a cold sweat, and the drops reach my eyes. They trigger another kind of sharp pain.
Hang in there. Once the fog clears, you'll feel better.
Rafayel, I need a favor. I groggily lift my eyelids as I rest on his lap. There are rumors. They say the sea god's song can enchant people's hearts and make them lose themselves in illusions. Could you possibly?
Don't believe baseless rumors anymore.
Can't you try? I'll use a bond and... I feel like it's so over our requests. A melody's played on a flute. It flows across the rippling, glittering sea and gently falls into my ears. It's unfamiliar yet captivating as it guides me. I descend into a magnificent dream. Try to memorize every note as it flows. I don't acknowledge the pain anymore. Guided by the rhythmic sound of the waves and this melody, I slowly close my eyes once again. After returning to Romirro, Rafayel immediately confines me to the temple. He requests that I don't go outside until my wound has fully healed. Although, I don't understand why he's being excessively cautious. He stays in Romirro. It's a pleasant surprise. However, the wound on my back often makes me disoriented. Sometimes I can hear faint crackling sounds deep within my spine. It's as if there are fish nibbling on coral. Maybe a more apt description would be how it felt similar to seawater washing over new scales. At other times, I'm fully conscious, yet somehow unable to open my eyes. However, there's only one thing I remember clearly. Whenever I curl up into a ball because of the searing pain, the sound of a flute drifts into my ears and numbs my suffering. And soon after, I drift back into a soft, peaceful sleep. While we were away from Romirro, something rather significant happened. Hawken, the former Castellan, had escaped from water prison. Oh shit. Hi again.
We've already dispatched a group to search the entire city. As soon as they find something, I'll make a report.
Ouch. Paya, the lady in waiting, immediately falls silent outside the curtain. I hold back a gasp and turn to glance at Rafayel. He's applying medicine to my body. Since he heard about Hawken's escape, he has remained unfazed. There's not even a trace of anger or displeasure on his face. I'll deal with it myself. Call back the people you sent out. There's no need to search anymore.
Yes, Your Highness.
When I wave my hand, Paya quickly retreats as if she's just been pardoned from execution. You let him escape.
Beasts of the deep only bare their real fangs when facing death. Humans are no exception. Making him believe he still has a glimmer of hope will force him to reveal his plans.
Aren't you afraid he might have a secret weapon?
You should be prioritizing your health.
He applies slight pressure with his hand. I subconsciously try to pull away from the pain, but he grabs my shoulder and presses me back onto the bed. Ooh.
This ointment is made from gold feather algae. It's the best medicine for wounds in Lemuria. Stay still if you want to be hale and hearty again.
Then be gentler. Hey!
I am being gentle. Are human bodies so fragile that they can't withstand a tiny amount of pressure?
Is this a little bit of flirting going on here? Yet he still lightens his touch as he applies the medicine, his cool fingers gliding down along my spine.
I could call for that lady in waiting and have her take care of you instead.
No, you're doing well. I like it when you look after me. Yes, MC! Yes, girl! Tell him. Well, that made him nervous. His face betrays nothing. However, in the dim lighting, I notice the tiny scales rising subtly on his neck. I see. He likes being praised. I quietly take note of this small discovery. Oh, take notes, MC! Taking notes! I love that. That actually is so cute. That night, I develop a fever again. It often happens during these past few days. Rafayel says this means my wound is healing, but feeling dizzy with a parched throat is still a miserable experience. Rafayel, could you lend me your tail to cool down again? Is he that cold?
We agreed that last night would be the last time.
She's just like, just see her in the middle of the night in bed, and she's just cuddling up instead of a pillow. It's Rafayel tail. It's his fish tail. Please. Through the translucent curtains, I can see him lazily soaking in the pool, his tail creating ripples across the water's surface. It's not like I'll do anything. I only want to lean against it for a bit. Oh, she got a new fetish.
Whose fever became so severe the last time that she thought she was eating fish.
Guilty, I close my mouth. The heat inside my body is still making me miserable. Pretend to be weak, use a covenant. Pretend to be weak. Get it, girl. Rafayel, are you still there? I think my ears are ringing. I can't hear your voice anymore.
Truly? That's not good.
With a splash, Rafayel seemingly moves closer. I quickly close my eyes. After a moment, I hear the faint sounds of flames burning metal.
If your ears are ringing, then the situation is grave. We'll have to make a cut along each ear to let some blood out.
Oh, well, that's not what we were anticipating. I quickly sit up and grab the small knife that Rafayel was holding over the candle's flame. Oh!
You're done with your jest? It's not a good habit to give up halfway.
Clucking us. But in the end, he gives in. His tail is cool to the touch as I rest my head on it, and I meet his lowered gaze. How much longer do I have to wait for my wound to heal? MC still got what she wanted.
You'll make a full recovery soon.
The mirror beside me reflects a flash of red, and I see the floral pattern. It's slowly fading, but has left behind jagged, frightening marks. The voices I heard have become different. At first, sounds I usually ignore suddenly become louder. Bubbles, popping, fingers brushing against surfaces, heartbeats rising and falling. Then, the sound of churning seawater becomes increasingly clear in my ears. Even though the temperature is far away from the beach, I can still hear the movements of the tide. Why are you so concerned about this injury?
It will make you more like a Lemurian. Your senses become heightened, so you'll be able to hear the call of the most distant oceans and see extraordinarily vibrant colors.
He absentmindedly runs his fingers through my hair. Oh, I love when guys do that.
But you are a human. You'll become an outcast on land. Then you'll be unable to hear any sounds unless they're in the ocean. You won't see any colors unless they belong to the sea. Your legs will become too weak to walk on land, and you'll suffer. Seawater will flood your mouth and nose and rise in your throat. In the end, you'll drown on dry land.
Oh?
It doesn't look like you're afraid.
Because you keep me alive. You will, yes. He laughs softly, feels my forehead, and then picks up a cup of water. He helps me drink it.
If you try to make excuses again tomorrow, there's no guarantee.
They're so cute. As I slowly recover, Romirro's short summer arrives. The scent of flowers which had been absent permeates the wind. At night, I climb to the roof of the temple and look at the port. The people are setting up tall platforms for bonfires. Perhaps they're preparing for the Sea Gratis Festival once again, centuries later, to express their reverence for the sea god. It was once Romirro's grandest festival. People would thank the sea god and pray for his blessings and protection. I already know that Rafayel has no interest in a frivolous festival.
You're still injured.
I know, so I didn't leave the temple. I pat the spot beside me and invite him to sit down, then I return my attention to the conch shell in my hand.
It sounds terrible.
He twirls a flute in his hand and unceremoniously taps the top of my head with it.
That's not how you play it. If the conch shell could express emotion, it would have already died of embarrassment.
Then teach me how to play it properly. I like that song.
Why?
It might be because whenever I hear you play it, all my pain disappears. Just as no one dares to approach a temple without a good reason, no one dares to go near the tower that once imprisoned me. I thought escaping from the tower would make me feel better, but I guess not.
Your cage isn't in that tower. You can't leave the temple or the tower. You're afraid of losing the freedom to go where you please. Once your wound heals, nothing will be able to restrain you.
The conch shell is taken from my hand as Rafayel brings it to his lips. He's testing it out.
Listen carefully if you want to learn.
Ooh. The melodious tune rises and it mingles with the evening breeze and moonlight before floating away. Indirect kiss? Lean in. I lean against Rafayel's shoulder and let the vibrations from his chest seep into my bones as he plays. Something in the depths of my heart trembles. Oh my god, I pause at him looking mighty fine.
This island, this entire region, shouldn't be unconquerable obstacles in your search for freedom. No matter how many identities Romirro's people bestow upon you, you aren't obligated to fulfill them. You need to be willing to accept those roles.
One of those identities is the bride of the sea god. What if I don't want to be her?
Then don't be.
But I feel a bit reluctant to just let it go. I let out a long sigh and gaze at the lights that extended from around the temple to distant places. I used to love Romirro. I wanted to protect it forever and save it from the prophecy.
Unfortunately, it abandoned you.
This is so sad. I'm just a tool to the citizens. They believe I will save their lives.
Do you want all these people to disappear?
If I said I wanted that, would you carry out my wish?
If it would make you fall in love with me.
Oh my.
If it would make you fall in love with me.
Please. Oh my god. The way I will fold. So fast.
What would make you happy then?
When I don't respond, he hands me a long scroll.
Those ladies in waiting delivered it.
I look down and notice several ladies in waiting at the steps of the temple. They meet my gaze and bow nervously. I suppose they want me to preside over the rituals for the first day of the Sea's Gratis Festival.
I see. They're representing Romirro in an attempt to win your favor. When the time comes, you'll have to confront many of the people who abandoned you.
With apparent playfulness in his eyes, he brushes aside a strand of my hair that the wind had blown across my face.
How will you respond?
What would you do?
If it were me,
His fingertip moves down and rests over my trembling heart.
I'd ask this heart about what could make it happy.
With the toss of a torch adorned with flowering vines and seashells into the bonfire and the rise of dancing flames, the Sea Gratis Festival officially begins. I descend from the elevated platform by the shore, give the Summoner staff to the Very for safekeeping, and then remove the heavy crown from my head. Oh.
Thank you, Your Highness.
No need. In the end, I agreed to preside over the ritual for the sea's greatest festival. The reason is simple. Because the sea god was forgotten and hated for centuries, I'm the only one who still knows how to perform the ceremony. Of course, this ritual respected the sea god's opinion, so many of the complicated, extravagant elements were eliminated.
Why did you think the sea god would enjoy a dance that looks like crabs are fighting? It's better to save your energy and make more fried shrimp cakes instead. These are actually delicious.
Real. It's an ancient dance that was passed down for generations. It's supposed to display the sea god's majesty. Actually, you have a point. It does look like crabs fighting. As I walk into the resting area, surrounded by curtains, Rafayel examines a pile of crates filled with offerings. It's as if they've formed a small mountain. Because he said the fried shrimp cakes from the city's eastern districts were delicious, people rushed to replace their offerings with fried shrimp cakes. Why don't you make more special requests? You could ask for their assistance when you dive into the deep for pearls. I suspect the pearls that the tome of the sea god mentioned refer to something else, though.
Aren't fried shrimp cakes special?
Yes, they are. You're not wrong.
Food in the sea is too soft. Nothing has a unique texture such as this.
He breaks off a small piece and puts it in my mouth. Then he tosses upward a bubble filled with water to wash his hands.
As for the pearls, it can't be completed in a day or two. You also don't have to scour the entire sea for oysters. What you need to do now is...
His fingertip lifts my necklace. His eyes reveal what he's saying. Apply medicine. I loosen my collar and sit off to the side. When I think about how this wound is almost fully healed, I feel a tinge of sadness. During the ceremony, I realized for the first time that the sea wasn't completely black. The sound of waves drifts in leisurely from beyond the curtains. It embraces my ears with a gentleness I never thought was possible. I also never imagined that fragments of rainbow-colored light shimmered beneath the dark-colored waves and among towering white crests.
Don't say that. Once your wound heals, you'll have plenty of ways to see it again.
Alright, Rafayel. You're getting better at taking care of people. You don't hurt me anymore.
If I couldn't do this simple task well at this point, wouldn't the sea god's divinity be tarnished? However, should you miss that pain, I can help you experience it again.
Oh!
However, should you miss that pain, I can help you experience it again.
Okay. No, that won't be necessary. Stop!
Your Highness, someone has brought a prayer flower basket.
Ooh. Fairy, who just lifted the curtain to enter, pauses. Her gaze shifts from Raphael's hand to my shoulder. Then she speaks as if she didn't see anything.
It's for you and the sea god.
Ooh, an offering. Of course, you can leave it here.
Yes, Your Highness.
After Very leaves, I pull my clothes back up and silently glare at Raphael. I bet new rumors about us will be circulating around the city tomorrow.
Such as?
It's hard to say. Perhaps they'll mention the sea god's bride in broad daylight doing... Oh wait, that's not right. The people shall speak of her doing this and that with the sea god in the dark hours of the night.
What exactly is this and that? I don't understand.
Okay, Raph. The prayer flower basket floats into Raphael's hand. Oh, sweet Raph. He lifts the red, blue, and silver ribbon. Then he fiddles with the seashells inside the basket.
What does this basket of seashells represent?
It's one of the traditions of the Sea's Greatest Festival. Every household prepares flower baskets filled with seashells to exchange with others. The more beautiful the seashells, the more beautiful the blessings they represent. It's how one can convey well wishes to people. Oh, that's sweet. But why would anyone want to exchange seashells with me? I tuck that thought away and pretend to be interested as I take the flower basket. Ooh, this looks like Whale City. Having changed into lighter clothes, Raphael and I walk along the central streets of the city toward the temple. The moonlight and stars cast a blue glow across the night sky. They're like seawater flowing along the horizon as they rise and fall with the clouds and mist. They try these crispy fish. They're delicious too and crunchy. Good thing I ate fish and chips today.
They're slightly bland.
Is that so? Maybe the salty seawater has numbed your tongue.
I told you multiple times already. I'm not always drinking seawater because I'm in the ocean.
I drop a few coins, ignore the store owner's somewhat bewildered gaze, and shove a bag of crispy fish into Raphael's hands. A decent number of people recognize us, but we tactically ignore their gawking. When did they put up that statue over there?
I saw craftsmen hammering away at it not too long ago.
At the end of the path stands an exquisitely detailed, majestic statue of the sea god. He wields a trident as he stands above the white caps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, abdomen is well defined. They're putting a lot of effort into flattering you, perchance a little too much.
What do you mean? It's a faithful depiction.
MC, I think you're missing 5 and 6 as well with the abdomens. Just saying, he definitely got a 6-pack. It's far more accurate compared to the previous sea god statues. The older ones were extremely imposing and masculine. Their beards were longer than their hair. When I heard your voice for the first time, I couldn't believe you were the sea god. You sounded too young.
You're not wrong. You saw it yourself in the sea god's tomb. Those sea gods had flowing beards longer than their hair.
I take a moment to recall the statues I saw there. You're still the most handsome one. Hey! Oh, MC.
You have my thanks.
He raises his hand slightly and the seashells placed near the base of the statue shimmer with a crystalline light. It's akin to a silent response from a god. Seeing my questioning look, he smiles.
I still believe humanity's faith is fragile. The slightest touch can shatter it. However, the meaning of festivals is equally important, whether they are here or where Whalefall City used to stand. Just for today, I can let them be happy for a bit. It's not difficult.
I hold his fingertips. Raphael, before you fell asleep, you must have been likable sea god. Even though you've lost your memories, you still long for Whalefall City. You want to awaken all the Lemurians and bring them back to their homeland.
Making unfounded judgments like this is usually a dangerous sign.
Who says it's unfounded? On a small scale, you dislike human worship, yet you still respond to their wishes. On a larger scale, you saved everyone during the lunar eclipse despite the fact that they hated and insulted you. And most importantly, I loved you once. It was enough to forge a covenant with you. At least that proves you're worthy of affection. You're worthy of being loved. Oh. Now it's your turn.
What?
Is this like confessions? Please! I give you plenty of compliments. Isn't it your turn to compliment me now?
Your eyes are bright. Your hair is soft. And you remind me of a proud little crab when you smile. When you're angry, you're like a prickly sea urchin.
Please. Wait, why is that kind of cute? I'm gonna save that one. I'm gonna save that. Does the last part count as a compliment?
Of course. If you lived at the bottom of the sea for thousands or tens of thousands of years, you would know how precious it is to see even a sliver of vibrant color.
I open my mouth, but I'm unable to find the right words. The basket in my hands sways slightly. I lower my head and see a little girl slipping a pink seashell into my basket while taking another one. After we make eye contact, she immediately scurries back to her mother, who's the store owner selling crispy fish. The store owner struggles with how she should respond. Then she gives me a forced smile. They're all like afraid of her. Please.
See? The people here like you too.
That's not it. It's... whether it's belated guilt, cautious appeasement, or even more complex emotions that are impossible to articulate, I can't say. I haven't done anything to deserve their affection.
It's because you're you.
I can't. Real. This is...
It's because you're you. It's because you're you. It's because you're you.
Oh my goodness. Ah. I'm already in love. His hand covers mine and moves past the tricolor ribbon on the basket so his fingers can't intertwine with mine.
All endearing words suit you perfectly.
Raph. Well, that was so sweet. I'm sorry. That entire moment was so wholesome. By the time we return to the temple, there are a few more colorful shells in my basket. It's not a lot, however. I hang it by the windowsill and I see Rafayel is about to approach the pool. I quickly run over to stop him. Wait, there's still something we need to do. I take out the floral liquor I had very prepared and pour it into a silver chalice. We celebrated with everyone else. Now it's time for our private celebration. The Sea Gratis Festival is also for lovers. People collect elderflowers during the spring and use them to brew a liquor. You're supposed to give it to your beloved on this day.
Does this contain your entire Springs collection?
I bought it. I was still locked up in the tower in spring.
It's all right. I don't mind.
This is so sweet. Rafayel picks up his glass and gently clinks it with mine. Ding! The floral liquor is sweet and pure. After drinking it in one go, I refill both glasses.
Now that it's just the two of us, is there anything you want to say to the sea god? To me?
Huh?
During the ceremony, your chants were filled with other people's words to the sea god. They were not your own. Don't you want to tell me something? Maybe I can make a wish come true.
Okay, we have a lot of options. Sorry,
Don't you want to tell me something? Maybe I can make a wish come true.
Ooh. Option 1. I wish you could fall in love with me soon. This is confessions, guys. Option 2. I hope you'll succeed in your revenge. Option 3. Don't become the sea god. Oh no, we can't. Oh no. No. I feel like that's wrong. I feel like that's a little bit too much to ask. I am gonna go with the first one because I really want them. Really want them together. Then I wish you could fall in love with me soon.
That doesn't count.
Why? Is it very difficult for you?
It's too easy.
Stop it!
Think of a more ambitious wish.
Otome. As the glasses clink and the floral liquor slowly disappears, Rafayel suddenly holds out his hand to me.
You told me that during the Seas Gratis Festival, humans exchange seashells to give blessings to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I've already given you a seashell. Shouldn't you give me something in return?
Oi! I touch the seashell necklace around my neck. I rack my brain for what feels like ages, yet I can't think of anything that will be of equal value. I slip a pearl ring off my finger. I've worn this since I was a child. It's not the pearl that the Tome of the Sea God told you to find, but I'll give you a blessing that only belongs to this ring. May all your wishes come true. Please, I can't. When the time comes, remember to take me to Whalefall City.
I heard that rings are often gifts that symbolize romantic devotion in the world of humans. Does this mean you've fallen in love with me?
Well, yes. I contemplate his words for a moment before I lean forward and kiss the corner of his lips. They're so stupidly cute. Hello? What do you think?
I think I need some more convincing proof.
my. Now, can we? We can't run that back, can we? Damn it! Oh my, oh my, that was some e-cleaning. That night, the sound of the waves draws closer. Gentle, melodious music mixes with the laughter. As fantasia sharks swim overhead, vibrant colors burst before my eyes. Someone reaches out to hold my hand. My veil is lifted, and I'm led toward the light. Then the music and laughter transform into weeping and screams. All colors fade into a dull grey, and the hand that's tightly holding mine gradually turns cold. Seawater engulfs everything. The cold overwhelms the world, and even the last melody played on a flute sinks into deathly silence. But that hand still doesn't let go of me. That was so romantic. Ooh. When the sun rises, come to the beach. I'll take you somewhere special. On the last day of the sea's greatest festival, I'll wake up and find a note in Rafayel left beside my pillow. Rosy daylight spreads across the horizon and paints the sky in distinctly warm colours, yet the wind carries an unusual chill. There's a smell. It's a repulsive, fishy stench. Oh! I swiftly draw my silver sword and block an attack that was aimed at my heart, yet something akin to sharp claws pierces my shoulder. Hello? It's like a coiled tentacle that's covered in thistle-like barbs. They dig deep into my skin while I struggle.
It's been a long time, bride of the sea god.
Bruh, he's back! Get this man out of here! So that's where you went, Hawken? Still maintaining his sanctimonious facade, he emerges from the darkness. Behind him, several grotesque, elongated shadows extend outward.
You were waiting for me.
The trap is too obvious. The toxin from barbs seeps into my blood. My body becomes numb, but I doubt I'll die from it.
Too bad. That sea god deceived you with a few empty words. You're still under his spell. Do you actually believe he'll save you? He'll only lead you to your death for his own selfish desires.
His eyes gleam with malicious intent. As my consciousness begins to fade, traces of light are gradually devoured by darkness.
Don't resist. Now then, follow me. Everything I've done is for Romirro. I want to prevent it from following the same doomed path as the Muria.
The pain in my shoulder wakes me. As I open my eyes, I find myself in a cage I know all too well. My hands and feet have been shackled. Oh? Sensing a putrid fishy smell, I see a massive grotesque shadow on the wall. It's accompanied by the sounds of something vicious being torn and peeled apart. I suddenly recall the spell he cast on me, then one he used to control me.
Indeed, it's an ancient curse, but it's far too weak to control my bride.
Did Rafayel?
These magics can't be wielded by humans. Tell me where you found it.
You're no longer human.
So what? To save the Muria, this pain is nothing.
The shadow on the wall suddenly contracts. A moment passes and it slowly returns to humanoid form. With so many sea monsters parasitizing your body, aren't you afraid they'll eventually devour you? You'll be turned into a real monster.
The human body is too fragile. It's incapable of helping me in my quest to revive Lemuria. I need a body powerful enough to let me live for thousands of years. But that sea god, he destroyed the body I had painstakingly crafted when he put me in that water prison. He forced me to devour more, and I turn into what you see now.
Shit. Noticing the countless festering cracks into formed joints on his hand, I feel nothing but shock and pity. Recalling his talk of Lemuria and the implications of his recent words, a theory forms in my mind. Are you Lemurian? But you were born and raised in Romirro. Lemuria was destroyed tens of thousands of years.
Lemuria was never destroyed.
Oh? He yanks the chains and a forceful look in his eyes that are filled with ominous darkness.
It's sleeping. It's waiting for me. Once I kill that foolish, selfish sea god, I will become Lemuria's new sovereign. I shall resurrect Lemuria, the only civilization that's glorious enough to rule this world.
Oh my god, he is crazy. He seems to have lost his mind with his obsessive delusions and hatred for Rafayel. However, his words are complete nonsense. Test him. Do you want to return to Lemuria?
It's the most beautiful place in the world, and the homeland of all Lemurians. Don't you love your homeland? Wouldn't you want to save it?
I'm not passionately enamored with Romirro. Despite my feelings, I pretend to nod and agree with him. I understand, but this doesn't have anything to do with me. Why would you kidnap me to save Lemuria?
Don't you remember?
No, as we all know, MC has shocking memory. A tentacle tosses something at my feet. It's a small fractured stone tablet, however I recognize it instantly. The Tome of the Sea God? It's very similar to the one in the temple. The patterns and text are almost identical. It's as if it was broken off from the larger stone tablet.
You are the only human who can communicate with the Tome of the Sea God. Go on. Read.
Oh shit. The blood from my shoulder drips into the stone tablet, and the blurred text emits a faint golden color. Find a true love. When blessed with a true love's kiss, claim her heart by your own hand. A heart pure, flawless, and filled with love, best offering can give to Lemurians. The prophecy from the Tome of the Sea God that I read, it was incomplete.
Do you understand now? If the Sea God wants to reclaim his power, he needs more than true love.
We gotta sacrifice, don't we?
True love is just a stepping stone to him.
InFold! Hawken gives me a mocking gaze that's filled to the brim with contempt.
Akin to how a starving person seeks food, ripping out your heart is the sea god's natural instinct.
Why are you telling me this?
I'm trying to save your life out of the kindness of my heart.
I mean, not very convincing, but... Hawken, I've known you for at least a few hundred years. You can't lie to me. Or do you honestly think I would harm Rafayel if I knew he was going to kill me?
You wouldn't? You believe that pitiful illusion you call love is enough to make the sea god give up on your heart? Should he recall what happened millions of years ago, do you think he would still show you mercy?
Is he referring to what happened before Rafayel fell asleep? Hawken pulls out a bottle covered in verdigris and unscrews the stopper. An eerie vapor drifts out.
Come, witness the events from the annals of Lemurian history. See how you and that sea god destroyed Lemuria.
Oh shit. I hold my breath, but the eerie vapor seeps into my skin in an instant, invading every fiber of my being. Within moments, dormant memories awaken like magma breaking through frozen earth. It burns every blood vessel and nerve in me. It hurts. Searing pain. I didn't say Siri. Help! Okay! Way to interrupt the moment. Searing pain. No! Searing pains through Not her interrupting me. Pain tears through my body. My mind is plunged into chaos, yet something gradually comes into focus. I can't even get through a story. Rafayel. The massive circular chambers are dim as twilight. The ground trembles as fractured stones cascade down from the domed ceiling. This is... My body is suddenly pinned down. A sharp... Oh, it's like baby Raph. A sharp dagger is pressed against my chest, its tip drawing drops of blood. Rafayel, no, that's not right. The Rafayel before me is a brighter, more radiant young man, yet the dark blue flames that burn in his eyes and his expressions are naturally detached. In his hand, he tightly grips the sharp dagger, its poise ready to pierce my heart. Can't make a sound, I grab the handle of the dagger and use all my strength to fight against death itself. The trembling tip of the dagger freezes.
Run.
But the detached hostility returns to his eyes as blue and golden light radiates from his body.
As my follower, you must offer your heart to me. A Lemurian bond holds great power, but it's also a chain. The sea god should have no weaknesses or constraints.
My struggle is futile. The blade sinks deep into my chest. Blood falls as the pain spreads. There's a loud crash and the strain on my body loosens. Rafayel leans against a wall that's far away from me. Pain has contorted his face. Inside the stone niche burns a gentle yet feeble flame. It's so weak that a breeze could extinguish it.
Stay away from me.
This dark blue and golden light still surround him. However, the blue flames in his eyes have been extinguished, or rather suppressed.
You cannot stay here. Lemuria's flame requires the hearts of our followers to sustain it. This is wrong.
He really loves MC.
Should it continue, 'tis only a matter of time before I lose control and hurt you again. You must find a method that will allow it to burn forever. That shall be Lemuria's true path.
The flame from the niche gently floats to Raphael's fingertips, then it transforms into countless delicate threads of light that flow toward my chest. Shocked, I try to break free, yet I find myself bound by these threads. A strange warm power flows into my heart.
There is a legend. It says the wick of a flame exists in the place where all oceans converge. Find it, and Lemuria will be enveloped in light and endure forevermore.
Water currents embrace me and carry me out of the temple from a distance. Raphael gives me a gentle smile.
I shall ensure Whalefall City remains exactly as you remember it, until the day you return with the wick. This is my promise to you. For 'tis Lemuria's vow, a bond everlasting.
Despair and blood pervade the seawater as thunderous ruination buries or cries and screams. This is literally what happened after the second myth. I desperately try to push away the darkness before my eyes, but it feels like my body is trapped in quicksand. The more I struggle, the more I suffocate.
That human deceived you. She deceived all of Lemuria.
No.
A human stole our flame. Lemuria will perish.
Why did the sea god deceive us? Why didn't he protect Lemuria?
The sea god has changed before we even realized it.
The seawater drowns their despair, and yet I can't defend Rafayel. It isn't Raphael's fault, it's because I didn't fulfill my promise to Rafayel. There was no wick that existed in the place where all oceans converge, or at the end of the sea. Lemuria could never exist forever. Lemuria was a civilization that should have never existed. Destruction was its predetermined fate. The last god of the sea perishes, along with Lemuria. They dissolve into the ocean. It's not a slumber, it's oblivion. He will disappear from this world. I'll never be able to find him, see him, hear the song he plays for me on the flute, or see his smile. My heart silently cries out and awakens the unwavering determination of my former self. I won't let Rafayel die. I will save him. And the price that must be paid, it doesn't matter. Oh, MC! In the violently trembling deep sea, the summoning staff I wield ignites. The cold flames illuminate the gaze that's a breath away from mine. Shock, sorrow, anger. Can't exactly make out the emotions in his eyes. I can only see the mark of our bonds on his collarbone. It's like a stream of blindingly bright burning blood. Countless threads of light transform into runes. I raise the staff and let a phantom pierce his body. I hear my own heart as I speak. Every single word is part of a merciless command. With the power of Lemuria's vow, Rafayel, you shall be forever imprisoned here until... She chained him up? Until Lemuria welcomes the opportunity for rebirth? Until the world reaches that moment when you can be awakened. His divine gaze, once clearer than seawater, transforms into a black tide. It freezes when he looks at me.
You betrayed me.
Oh my god. Once the seal is complete, he plunges into the depths of those abyssal waters. I hear a deafening sound as if the entire ocean is being split apart. Boundless black waves surging from all directions. His dissipating figure becomes rain that falls upward. Wait, did she chain him? And she had no memory until now? Oh my god. The plot thickens. Oh my god, that is a lot. I will cut out your heart with a dagger, honed, my darling, and in love's name, your heart will become my faith. Your body will be washed clean, shine like a pearl. I will care for your heart. I will care for your heart. Till we meet again and you reclaim it for yourself. The last wisp of smoke dissipates and the bottle clatters to the ground. The tide of memories recedes as my consciousness returns to the cold, gloomy tower.
Do you remember now? You stole the flame and sealed away the sea god, and he trusted you so easily.
Fuck.
You are the ones responsible for Lemuria's destruction.
My mind is still reeling from the impact of those memories as I lift my head. My gaze focuses on the former Castellan. Then it shifts to the silent figure standing in the shadows behind him. Rafayel. I don't know when he arrived, however, his cold gaze has told me everything. He saw my memories as well. Hawken continues his endless monologue, but I can only hear chaotic noise. I stare blankly at the figure before me. Our gazes lock and we freeze under the moonlight. My thoughts also seem to be frozen in place.
We'll deal with him first.
A faint whisper that I can only hear reaches my ears. I give a slight nod in response.
He will kill you, cut out your heart, and leave your body out to rot. You will not receive a proper burial. If you want to live, your only option is to kill him before he can act.
We know we're not gonna do that. We know.
Your bond with him is your sharpest blade. You can order him to take his own life. As you can see, anything is possible.
Yes, I remember. I was the one who sealed Rafayel. Oh my gosh, she did! And he waited for her! Ugh. I try to speak as calmly as possible. But I'm also responsible for Lemuria's downfall. Why is Rafayel your only target for revenge? Don't you hate me too? Well, he's saying Rafayel, basically, what was the word? Illusioned her? So he's gonna blame Rafayel, but I'm curious to know what he's going to say.
Of course I do. However, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones if you kill the sea god.
He is up for revenge more than anything. He just wants revenge and vengeance. Remove my shackles then. Can I do anything if I'm like this? I lift my chin slightly. You better hurry, he's already here.
Huh?
Oh, hello? That was quick. A tall, slender figure appears under the moonlight. Rafayel raises his hand and summons a Tidebreaker trident.
How convenient. You've delivered yourself to me.
Can we just destroy this man already, please? He's killing the vibe. The chains that bind me snap. I rub my sore wrist before materializing a silver sword. I take 2 steps forward. In the suffocating silence, Rafayel is the first to speak.
It was you.
About that. You let Hawken escape on purpose? He was used as bait so you can find out who sealed you away. And that person is me.
Correct.
Oh, he knew.
The greatest weakness of Lemurians is that bond. And a sea god cannot have weaknesses. He must kill the person who forged the covenant with him. That way, there will be no one left in the world who could restrain or threaten him. And only then shall he become an invincible god. Regardless of whether it's for Lemuria or for myself, I must kill you.
Huh? He speaks those cold words, although I know it's just an act. I can't help but think, man, he's a good actor. Perhaps his words also contain his true feelings. Oh, this is so complicated. We don't need to say anything else to each other. I raise my silver sword as lightning flashes at the tip of the Tidebreaker trident. Blue, fiery power surges around Rafayel's body.
Farewell, bride of the sea god.
The tips of my sword clashes with the Tidebreaker trident. Our weapons are diverted to the side. Did they kill him? As the light fades, Hawken's eyes are filled with terror, yet he cannot move. His body shatters amidst flying sparks. A putrid stench fills the air as viscous fluid seeps between the bricks and spreads across the floor.
Don't taint Lemuria's glory with your disgusting ambitions.
Power couple!
A man who lost himself to madness has no right to save Whalefall City.
Yeah. Hawken's eyes bulge with fury as guttural sounds escape his throat. Then he crumbles and turns to ash. Hallelujah. War is over. Rafayel withdraws his trident and brushes away the dark embers from his body.
Your hand.
A small flame dances from his fingertips and travels up my forearm. The flawed and bloody marks left by the shackles disappeared. He's a healer too.
You are afraid of me. What's wrong? Did you think I would actually kill you?
I'm not afraid of you, I'm the one who sealed you away, and I'm also the key that will allow you to reclaim your power. You have every reason to kill me.
If I asked you to, would you willingly offer me your heart?
Oh, no.
I want you to answer honestly.
Yes. This heart has always belonged to you, and I promised it to you before, so yes, I'm willing to return it to you.
Then why are you crying?
Why are you crying? I blink and realize tears are threatening to fall from my eyes. Being willing doesn't mean I'm not afraid of death, and I owe an apology. I understand you can't erase a fraction of your suffering. I'm gonna cry! His fingertip is cold as he presses it against the spot where my beating heart is. Our noses almost touch. We're so close that one breath would close the distance between our lips.
What I want is a heart with pure and utter devotion. Its love for me should come from the very depths of one's soul.
Oh my god, I'm crying.
Do you think it is that?
I came bearing the tissues. Chat, does anyone want one? Anyone want a tissue, chat? I don't have an answer for you. Even if it was, this heart now bears an invisible fissure that can never be fully mended.
The answer is clear. Your heart is of no use to me. For now, at least. Go back. Your injuries haven't fully healed yet. You should get some rest.
I just want to give him a hug. Alright. InFold. I'm in agreement, yet neither of us make a move to leave. The moonlight casts shadows on the window bars. It resembles a wall of thorns that gradually spreads between us. The path from the tower to the temple isn't long, however, it feels as if we've been walking for an eternity. After that day, we continue as if nothing had changed, yet everything is different. We no longer watch the faint light on the horizon in the morning, nor do we light all the candles in the temple on cold nights. The images from that vision are like an inescapable thorn. It has pierced me and Rafayel. Dusk falls when Rafayel tells me he will temporarily leave Romirro to search for the pearl in the deep. It is mentioned in the Otome of the sea god. We part ways on the beach. He dives into the sea, his tail catching the sunset's light in all of its beautiful iridescence. The waves and ripples will never settle. Likewise, I will never see him again. On the last night of summer, an unprecedented storm falls upon Romirro without any warning. Oh? The water has risen past an average person's waist, with the rain that rapidly engulfed every building, shop and slope. I watch from the top of the temple. Beyond the rain lies a hazy black ring surrounding everything. The seawater surges and churns. Oni gave out the order to reinforce the embankments and clear the waterways. Unfortunately, when faced with this kind of storm, it's futile. Another building collapses, the rising waters carry the rubble and people scream in all directions. Is Raf causing the storm? Someone bobs up and down in the current. The black water carries them toward me.
Help!
Peo!
Help me! Someone!
Oh no. I recognize her. She's one of the ladies in waiting who served me in the temple.
Help!
Oh shit. Countless images flashes through my mind. They overlap and intertwine. The faces of people below the tower, those looks of disgust or apathy when I was forced to perform the waiver ritual. The smiles of people who sent me invitations and exchanged seashells with me during the Sea Gratis Festival. Save her.
Your Highness. Your Highness, thank...
The nearest shelters to the north go. Before she thanks me, I harshly interrupt her. The lady in waiting steadies her weakened body. Her eyes, once soaked in despair, flickers briefly with hope before it dims.
The flood has washed away all the city's shelters.
No.
Aside from me, there are others who have nowhere to go.
First Lemuria, now it's going to be frickin'... Oh. Everything is crumbling. Carrying debris, the roaring flood crashes against the temple. The building trembles, yet it still remains steadfast. When I was 15, I oversaw its renovation with the intention of making the symbol of faith as solid as the heavens. It was designed to stand tall for centuries. Tell everyone to take shelter in the sea god's temple.
Your Highness, we did a search and brought the people we found to the temple.
People who escaped the storm are put into small groups in the main hall. They anxiously watch as I stand next to the statue of the sea god. I look outside. The rainfall wraps around Romirro like a sheet of rough gauze. It covers everything in a deathly white as far as I can see. Turning back, I instruct Veri to distribute all the food supplies in the temple. When the storm eases, lead them to Mount Onyuna. It's tall enough the water will not reach you there. After I give out my simple orders, I ignore the anxious gazes and hushed discussions around me as I turn to leave.
Your Highness?
Yes?
What if the rain never stops and the flood reaches Mount Onyuna? What if... the third night comes.
All sounds seemingly vanish, only rainfall remains. Gazers pour from all directions like water. Everyone stares at me as they wait for an answer about their future. Oh shit. That day will never come? I don't know. Fuck. I don't know. The gazers instantly freeze. Oh.
But you're the bride of the sea god.
Sorry, I'm broken right now. Someone speaks in a dazed voice and I smile faintly. The bride of the sea god is still a human. I thought you understood this hundreds of years ago. Why else would you have so easily abandoned me in the past? Silence falls over the temple. I sigh. I did not shelter them just so I could bring up old grievances. I've already done everything in my power. What remains is a challenge you must overcome by working together. Don't place all your hopes on me. Fuck. Suppressing the many uncertainties in my heart, I look at the misty blackness beyond the rain. My promise with Rafayel isn't valid anymore, huh? If only this heart truly fell in love with him, then he'd prevent the sea from swallowing Romirro and allow me to live. Back when we decided to fall in love, neither of us anticipated what today would bring. I hope the sea he's in has pleasant skies. My heart aches again as I grasp the necklace he gave me.
What I want is a heart with pure and utter devotion. Its love for me should come from the very depths of one's soul. Do you think it is that?
He sounds so good.
What I want is a heart with pure and utter devotion. Its love for me should come from the very depths of one's soul. Do you think it is that?
He sounds so majestic. It's crazy. I still can't give a definitive answer to the question Rafayel asked me that night. However, no matter what happens, I can't let Romirro sink. I must survive until the day I see Rafayel again. Several days later, the torrential rain finally stops while everyone sleeps. The howling winds subside to extent. Wading through accumulated muddy water, the ladies in waiting carry out my orders. They evacuate everyone from the city. I press my faintly arching temples. I'm unable to dismiss the ominous premonition lingering in my heart for some reason.
Mom, the moon is being eaten.
The moon is being eaten. I know. Mature Raph voice is chef's kiss. I look up. The moon has vanished without a trace. Moonlight drowns in murky gloom. Within the blink of an eye, black clouds swallow the last trace of light from heaven and earth.
The eclipse! The eclipse is here!
Oh shit!
Prophecy from the tomb of the sea god! Romirro is about to be submerged!
Oh fuck. After being momentarily stunned, I finally realize that there are no black clouds in the sky. A massive wave is rising from the sea. Fairy, take everyone back to the temple. These feeble struggles are no match for approaching catastrophe. The wave swiftly unfurls its deathly embrace over Romirro. A loud sound explodes across the sky. For a moment, everything is as bright as day. Golden lightning cleaves through the massive wave. The waters flow back and reveal a familiar silhouette. The seashell necklace around my neck begins to shake violently. Rafayel? The massive waves collapse and large water splashes touch the land. Rafayel raises his tidebreaker trident, and the scales on his tail reflect a piercing cold light. The trident is swung down with great force. Heavy storm clouds are transformed into scorching, powerful winds that sweep across all Romirro. Wherever the trident points, flames more brilliant than the blazing sun ignite across the water surface. Is it destroying Romirro?
The sea god? Is that the sea god?
To control the currents and the tides, without a doubt, this is Rafayel's power. Find him. Oh shit. This is heavy. Oh my god, it looks so good! Like mountains, the towering waves are stacked on top of one another. They spiral upward under the force of wind and fire to form columns of water that pierce the sea like spears. The violent ocean is suppressed by the sea god's ferocious power. Fire clashes against seawater that had rushed into Romirro, and the sea is forced to retreat. I run toward Rafayel by stepping onto the scattered floating debris that once made up a seawall. Only one thought races in my mind. Faster. I need to go faster. Ahead of me, Rafayel stands amidst unquenchable flames, his long hair is disheveled by the wind. Rafayel! Water and fire illuminate Raphael's eyes as he looks at me. A divine power surges in his gaze. It's as fierce as a turbulent current surrounding him. Not even a trace of my image is reflected in his eyes.
You shouldn't have come here.
Uh-oh.
Return to the shore if you don't want to be reduced to cinders.
Go to him. I swing my swords to create a gust. It cleaves the flames and I leap through the opening to reach Rafayel. Ignoring his trident that's positioned as a barrier before me, I grab his rigid arm and forcefully intertwine our fingers. This is exactly where I should be.
Death will greet those who attempt to wield a sea god's power with a human body.
But I'm the one who has a bond with the sea god. Resonate. I won't die that easily. As soon as we resonate, a scorching heat that feels like it could burn everything spreads from Raphael's palm to my body. Divine power surges. At the same time, something else flows into my heart. In my daze, I realize it's everything Raphael has never put into words. In the dark depths of the ocean, the sea's ritualist hymn drifts down ethereally from the surface. It awakens his anticipation that has been suppressed for eons. During one of Romirro's short summers, the indifferent sea god's heart experienced pure contentment and joy for the first time. After he left the temple with the excuse of searching for pearls, the waves undulated like his fluctuating thoughts. All the time we spent together, my feelings for him were never unrequited. Raphael supports my waist as he hugs me from behind. His embrace is scorching hot.
Feel it. Now wield it as if it were your own.
Divine power collides with my nerves. My blood boils as my eyes become the same colors as Raphael's. Power representing heaven and earth advances from between our fingers. The last wave that threatens Romirro is intercepted by fierce flames. Suddenly, the waves freeze just as they're about to surge forward with a howl. A beam of sunlight breaks through the thick clouds and shines upon me and Raphael. Immediately, the waves fall as if weightless. They shed their ferocity and gently push toward the shore. My heart beats like a drum, but it's quickly drowned out by the jubilant, distant cheers of relief from those who narrowly escaped disaster.
The tide has receded. Aren't you going to let go of my hand?
Turn my head. The burning divine power in Raphael's eyes slowly fades, and they return to what I'm familiar with. Tightly hold his hand. Tighten my grip on his hand. What will you do if I don't let go? A long time passes, then he smiles faintly.
Keep holding it. Neither of us will let go first. Keep holding it. Neither of us will let go first.
The finale is here. The finale is here, chat. Houses that were once submerged reappear. The ships once swept away are pushed back to the shore by the waves. Or at least they saved Romirro. People emerged from the temple where they sought refuge. They slowly begin to rebuild their home. After finding some medicine in the temple, returned to the shore by the port. Raphael is leaning against the rocks. His eyes are closed and the dim daylight covers his body. Oh, look at his so scuffed up, my baby! His complexion looks paler than it actually is. He's asleep. I dip my finger into the ointment made from gold feather algae, then I gently apply it to the wounds on his arm. Although he appears alright at first, I soon notice several barely perceptible wounds on his body.
Be gentle. It hurts.
You called me fragile, but a sea god's body isn't that sturdy. Despite saying those words, my movements become slower. I treat his wounds with the utmost care. Weren't you searching for pearls in the deep? Why did you return?
You thought I wouldn't?
I thought you'd be upset for a longer period of time.
I'm not upset. However, that doesn't mean I didn't care.
His fingertip touches my palm and gently traces one of its lines.
A Lemurian bond grows stronger with love. The deeper the connection is between the two parties, the more powerful it becomes. Back then, our bond was so powerful that you were able to seal me away for thousands, no, tens of thousands of years.
That is crazy. That is crazy. Tens of thousands of years.
Only a love with such pure and utter devotion is capable of doing that.
Darn! You haven't made peace with it? You're jumping to conclusions. Ooh. Sounds like you haven't made peace with it.
Of course not.
His eyes are beautiful. He suddenly lowers his head and bites my knuckle. Oh. However, I don't dare to pull my hand away.
It wasn't a day, a month, or a year. What I endured is longer than what a human can possibly comprehend. Millions upon millions of years.
I am folding right now. Are you kidding me?
How could I possibly let you off so easily?
Of course you need to avenge yourself by never leaving me again. After I finish applying the medicine, he stretches his body and brushes away. Whoa! We were in here
I
for a
heard
second.
you protected many.
Wow, that was a glitch. After I finish applying the medicine, he stretches his body and brushes away the sand that's clinging to his skin. Jump scare.
Humans.
I mean, they didn't want us to be depressed anymore. At the end of the day, I can't bear to see so many pointless deaths. I still don't like Romirro, but I can't bring myself to watch it perish.
You didn't do anything wrong. Watching your kin march toward their demise is a pain more excruciating than dying. You didn't force yourself to endure that suffering. Well done.
He needs to continue talking like this in our ear.
You didn't do anything wrong.
The huskiness, oh. Immediately his tone shifts as he puts on a forked, serious expression.
However, I do have objections in regards to letting those humans turn my bedchamber into a filthy mess.
It's not that bad, at least your pool was cleaned. I already ordered a few people to clean it. I promise your bedchamber will be spotless.
Good.
He pushes himself up, but he pauses as he's about to stand. What is it?
It's nothing.
Oh, he must be in pain. Surging waves wash over the reef. As the water recedes, his tail transforms into a pair of legs.
Let's return to the temple. I need to see its condition to feel at ease.
I nod. A second later, then I notice a small crack in the necklace's seashell. Oh. After that day, Romirro gradually returns to its former state. There are no more sudden high tides and no more unexpected storms. The text in the Tome of the Sea God remains the same. The nightmare of Romirro being submerged seems to vanish into thin air along with the overcast sky. The prophecy didn't come to fruition, Romirro won't sink. The sea god and his bride protected us. We must express our gratitude and worship them forever. The people are immersed in the joy of surviving catastrophe. They renovate the temple so that it's more magnificent and elaborate, erect taller statues, and supply Rafayel and me endless stream of gifts. But has the dust truly settled?
Your Highness.
Passing through the crowd of onlookers, very heartily approaches. She bows before me. On the shore lies a dead, enormous silver fish. It's almost as long as several adult men if they were lying down and lined up in a row.
It was discovered by the fishermen who were preparing to set sail this morning. We don't know if the fish washed ashore after it died or beached itself.
Maybe this enormous fish is a good omen from the heavens. We might have a bountiful fishing season in the near future.
Is it the face shark? I forgot the name of it. I approach the creature to get a closer look. The unease that has been lingering in my heart grows heavier. If I'm not mistaken, this is the calamitous Pisces that's mentioned in the ancient texts. It's a harbinger of misfortune, an omen of disaster. An omen of disaster. What you mean? The dark clouds that appeared during the lunar eclipse haven't fully dissipated, and now the calamitous Pisces has appeared. I can't speak anymore. Romirro can still sink below the waves. Oh, fuck. For now, I can only act as if nothing is wrong. Worry not, find a suitable place to bury it and clean up this area.
Yes, Your Highness.
Oh, God. It doesn't end.
By the way, Romirro was spared thanks to you and the sea god. The people want to prepare a feast to properly celebrate. They wish to invite you and the sea god.
Let's not be grateful just yet. Understand, we'll discuss it when the time comes. I walk toward the temple and I tighten my grip around the seashell necklace. The crack has deepened this past few days. The seashell has begun to fracture in other places as well. Oh no. If it's not this omen, it's the necklace. I don't have a good feeling. I don't want to guess what this means. I just need to see Rafayel quickly. Maybe then I can dispel some sort of unease in my heart. Rafayel, I need to ask you. Rafayel. Stopping the storm that night consumed too much of Rafayel's power. He's been staying in the temple to rest. Yet right now I sense something is off. I don't hear the sound of floating water by the pool. When I left, he was still dozing by the water's edge. I rushed to the pool to only find the springs have dried up. The water resembles an inky black void. Worried that something happened to him, I dive into the water. The black water is unbearably cold. I grip my teeth and dive deeper. I soon spot Rafayel's figure. He appears to be unconscious as he sinks into nothingness. Rafayel. What is happening? Mustering all the strength I can, I grab him. However, I'm not strong enough to pull him up. This won't work. I need to wake him up. I steady my breathing while I press my hand against his chest. I try to resonate so I can awaken some of his power. Yet time passes, there's still no response. His power's like dried up spring with most of it gone. I cannot respond to my resonance or voice. Why is it like this? After the initial shock, I'm momentarily at a loss. Then I notice the churning currents rushing to the deep. A bold idea appears before me. There's a location that's closely connected to the sea god. I hold the unconscious Rafayel tightly against me and swim in the direction of the current. Fortunately, my guess was correct. The pool's current is connected to the sea itself, which allowed me to successfully get Rafayel out of the temple. I prop Rafayel against the reef, recalling how he summoned the Fantasia shark. I make the same gesture he did and bring my hands to my lips. I whistle. After many clumsy attempts, I finally succeed. A skeletal Fantasia shark appears in the distance at the far end of the sea. It swims to my side and uses its rigid, bony snout to give a friendly nudge to my hand. Can you take Rafayel to me in the sea god's tomb again? It doesn't seem to understand what I'm saying, so I repeat myself several times. Finally, it extends its thin bone and gestures for Rafayel and me to climb onto its back. Thank you. After I steady Raphael on its back, the Fantasia shark turns around and transports us to the ocean's depths. Oh, we're back to the altar? Unexpectedly, we arrive at the sea god's tomb with ease. Maybe it's because Raphael has already passed a trial. Even the guardian statue poses no challenge. After I explain the reason for our visit, they allow us to pass through the stone gates.
Young sea god. Oh, it's you two again.
Uh-oh. Your Quintessence, I'm here to make a request. I need your help. The statue of the sea god with a long beard lethargically lowers his weapon. He slowly turns his head to look at the unconscious Raphael.
He is about to fade from existence.
Are you telling me he's going to die?
He still needs to reclaim his true power. Yet he almost exhausted the small amount of divine energy he possesses.
What did he do to end up in such a state?
What a shame. He will become the youngest sea god to fade away in our history.
Several more sea god statues move out from the stone niches. They soon join this discussion. Is there a way to save him? He can't fade away like this.
Of course.
He needs true love.
He needs a heart that loves him unconditionally.
When he obtains the power to protect Lemuria, and the ocean recognizes his ascension to godhood,
I don't like the way this is going.
he will live for a long, long time. An almost immortal life.
This is the only way to save him.
A heart that loves him unconditionally. I recall the hidden prophecy from the tomb of the sea god. A heart that's filled with love is the best offering for a Lemurian. Will my heart be enough? MC! MC bow to sacrifice! Can my heart save him? The sea gods speak in hushed tones. Then the statue of the sea god with a long beard extends his hand toward me.
Are you willing to try?
Of course.
It will hurt. Bear with me for a moment.
Ancient sea god clenches his fist and a sharp pain shoots through my heart. As he guides the process, several threads of gentle lights are drawn out. Strand by strand, they float into Raphael's chest. During the lingering pain, I place my hand over him and try to resonate again. There's a response.
Your pure heart and the devotion from your love is enough. However, you will dissipate into sea foam once you give up this heart. That decision is yours to make.
The sea god's tomb. How did I end up here?
You've been unconscious for a long time. These sea gods woke you up. I quickly speak before the sea gods can say anything, then I bow respectfully to them. The sea god with a long beard gives me a profound, knowing look before slowly turning toward Raphael.
The last sea god of Lemuria. May you find true salvation.
Thank you.
The sea god statues slowly retreat into their niches. Raphael turns around and I meet his intense gaze.
You're hiding something from me.
I'm gonna freaking break. I'm gonna freaking break down. I'm gonna have a mental breakdown. You're the one who's been hiding things from me. You've expended too much of your power. Your body can't sustain itself anymore.
Are you underestimating me? Defying a prophecy from the Tome of the Sea God did take a considerable toll on me.
I'm sorry, I
I'll
had him at
recover in a
1.2
century,
speed.
give or take.
Sorry. The prophecy hasn't changed though. Romirro will still be submerged, yes? Seeing Raphael's expression, my heart sinks. I was correct.
Yes. But that doesn't mean it can't be changed. Romirro wasn't destroyed on the third night of the lunar eclipse. So for now, it won't sink below the waves.
Yeah, but it's gonna eventually be
This
destroyed.
is our turning point. Let tomorrow worry about itself. As for the present,
Takes my hand and summons water currents to carry us upward.
it's almost dawn. We might be able to watch the sunrise as we head back.
After returning from the sea god's tomb, Rafayel seems to have returned to his normal self. The water in the pool has become clear again, and he doesn't spend the entire day inside the temple. Instead, he enthusiastically takes me along to explore Romirro streets, alleys, and wilderness. Just a tiny fragment of this heart's power is enough to revitalize him, if he received an entire heart. Perhaps I'm still selfish. Faced with such a choice, I still cannot let go of my desire to live. But time is cruel and doesn't give me the opportunity to hesitate. After a night of rain, dark clouds once again spread across the sky above Romirro. The time Rafayel spends sleeping in the water increases with each passing day, and my necklace's seashell has developed a deeper, longer crack. Rafayel, the sky has cleared. Should we go to the foot of Mount Onyina? The rest of my words are stuck in my throat. A large section of Rafayel's tail that's immersed in the water has turned a dull grey white.
You're overthinking it. Humans have all sorts of hair colors. Why can't my tail change color?
He's fading.
So, what were you saying about the foot of Mount Onyina?
I was just wondering if you'd like to go out for a walk. He pauses and his tail sways gently beneath the water's surface.
I'm not in the mood.
You can't turn your tail into a pair of legs anymore?
Your imagination is getting wilder by the day.
He's playing it off. He parts the ripples on the water surface under the undulating waves. His tail transforms into legs. Oh, okay.
You wake
I'm
me
just being
from my
dramatic.
peaceful nap and throw an accusation.
Sorry. I'm just really emotional, okay? He adjusts his position to rest his head on my lap. He closes his eyes.
You owe me a sweet dream.
Alright, alright. I gently stroke the top of his head and lean down to kiss him. The seashell around my neck dangles. It sways in front of Rafayel's peaceful sleeping expression. The cracks on its surface are glaring. I grasp the seashell and gently try to wipe away those marks. I pretend not to see the scales on his legs. I pretend Rafayel isn't showing any signs of something being off. I pretend that everything on this land will remain as peaceful as it is today. Several days later. Bouquets, lanterns, music. The plaza in the port is immersed in the sounds of celebration. It's like a grand farewell ceremony to disaster. Rafayel stands far away from the humans. He watches the figure who's in the center of the crowd. She seems somewhat uncomfortable with the amount of enthusiasm. Slowly, however, the corners of her mouth curl. A slight smile appears on her face. He recalls those long stretches of time at the bottom of the silent ocean. The only sound he heard was a faint rattling of chains. With his eyes closed, he would construct an illusory world in his mind. He will imagine the splendor and wonder of the Whalefall city, the place that had been long forgotten. Then a different voice broke into his world one day. Stupid tome of the sea god, you're worthless in every sense of the word. If you're actually useful, you would have revealed the sea god's location. What gives you the right to only disclose whereabouts of the bride of the sea god? It was just Curtis' voice. It could be considered too loud to a certain extent, yet it was like the sun that occasionally appeared above the sea. He realized it was impossible to dislike. Using what little strength he had, he spoke to her for the first time. Perhaps the ending was already predetermined from that moment. The sea god must kill his bride. To truly ascend to godhood, he must destroy their bond. He refused his fate before, but now he doesn't want to accept this either. Oh, shit.
We might have to actually bid each other farewell.
He recalls a moment when she first spoke his name. With fingertips stained in their blood, he traced his name into the palm of her hand, one letter at a time. Even so, he couldn't intertwine his fate with hers along the lines of her palm. In this way, they were spared from separation.
I need to leave Romirro again. We won't be seeing each other for some time.
No, I frantically search for Rafayel's figure in the crowd, but I only catch a message a sea breeze carried to me. Fortunately, a bond guides me to him. In a lit corner, I catch Rafayel's fingers.
You were in a hurry. Are you scared I'd leave without saying goodbye?
Where are you going?
I'm just looking for pearls. Once I recover that part of my power, I'll return.
I don't believe you. His life force is fading away at an alarming rate. Under the illusion of an intact seashell lies a reality with cracks becoming increasingly more severe. His heart is also riddled with countless wounds. Rafayel, is there anything you need me to do for you? Tell me, no matter what it is, I'll do it. Just say that you want your heart back. I'll return it to you.
No.
How long will you be gone?
It's hard to say. Maybe it'll be a year or two, a century or more. Perhaps even longer than that.
I'm literally...
Don't worry. Even after I'm gone, you and Romirro will survive.
I'm gonna bawl like a baby.
This is a god's promise to you.
What is he planning to do? If he's making this kind of promise, it means he'll do something that I don't want to imagine. Won't be able to accept it. So, when are you leaving? Let me see you off.
All right. I'll wait for you at sea.
My fingernails dig into my palm. The hesitation that swelled in my heart has finally crystallized into resolve. I will fulfill the promise I once made.
It's a simple melody, yet you still haven't learned it properly.
He looks so fine. 1 second, chat. He looking mighty fine right now. Romirro taught me how to be a ruler, not a musician. Look at the sky! Oh my god. Also, the water and, you know, when you're at a beach, it just seems so peaceful right now. So peaceful. And just magical.
Listen carefully. This is the last time I'll teach you.
Look at us! That was so beautiful! The tides have changed.
The sea inevitably returns to where it belongs and separates from the land.
Oh, we spoke. The sea never... Wait, but the sea always meets the shore. We could see each other again. Oh my god! Stop! That was so beautiful! That was so romantic! Oh my god, you look amazing! I'm freaking freaking out. I am freaking out. Oh my god. I'm not okay. I am not okay. What do you mean? I don't think I've ever seen anything so majestic in my entire life. Are you kidding me? I'm not ready. I'm not ready, chat. I am not freaking ready for this. He looks divine. And MC looks gorgeous. Like, this is so romantic.
You want to say something else?
I pray to the sea. I hope every ocean current carries you to bright. I pray to the sea. I hope every ocean current carries you to bright, warm places.
The sea heard your wish.
I'm breaking. I'm crumbling right now. I'm sorry. Got distracted by the hips. Got distracted by the hips. But we're removing the necklace. Oh my god, the way that I'm like... I'm just getting emotional whiplash right now. You said it was once part of your heart. It's time to return it to where it belongs. I don't know if I can... I don't think I can get through with this. I don't think I can... I don't think I can get through this. I genuinely don't know if I can.
The place you hold in my heart far outweighs this little scale.
Because of my selfishness. Because of my selfishness, I took the heart that belongs to you. Oh my god, Raf's face! I'm not okay! Now, the text is too fast. Girl, I can barely see already with tears flooding my eyes. Now, with the power of the sea god's vow, our covenant, Rafayel, obey my commands. Oh my god, Raf! Oh my god. This is really hard. Oh my god. Reclaim this heart and end our everlasting bond.
No, I refuse to accept this betrayal.
Oh my god. This heart can save you and Romirro. My death is worth more than my life.
The sea god doesn't need this heart. Our bond, it cannot end this way. I won't allow it.
Although our covenant has been broken, I'll become one with the sea and stay with you forever. I'm not okay. Are we okay? Daylight has arrived. The tides surge. Waves build upon waves. They're so powerful that they scatter the clouds in the sky. The black sea water bleeds crimson. Then the red fades in the darkness with it. The sea's original azure hue appears. The bells in Romirro toll ceaselessly as massive waves engulf the world. The land is transformed into a seabed. Seawater envelops every house, every patch of soil. Every mountain range it whispers and returns of memories from millions of years ago. Everyone steps onto a strange yet familiar homeland. They breathe the air that flows in the seawater. Lemurian memories awaken their blood. Phantasmal whales leap from the water and return to the sea. They swim through the city that has been reborn. Whaleful City. The sea god stares at his hands. There lies a pearl ring given to him by a young woman. It still gleams with a lustrous radiance. It gently encircles his finger. It's like her embrace that never let him go. We shall keep him bound to the sea forevermore. That was the end. You know what sucks? That didn't even save Romirro. Kinda hate InFold for ruining it in the trailer. I feel like it would have a, you know what, I'm already crying even though I knew what happened in the trailer. Love and fucking depression, are you kidding me? I don't think I've sobbed like that in a game in a while. That was such a freaking sad myth. I'm so sorry for like breaking down. It was just so sad. Like, they can't be happy. It's so sad to see the boys grieve, you know? That was rough.